Why am I suddenly yawning? I'm not even tired. Hello, good. I was about to say evening because I'm used to always saying evening, but it is, in fact, not evening. It is, as a matter of fact, the afternoon here right now because it is 3 p.m. here. 3 p.m. and 7 minutes. Eesh. Now, I could have probably finished System Shock today, but I just didn't feel System Shock. Wow, Ivan, you want to tell us you do things based on accurate response. Wow, Ivan, you want to tell us you do things because you want to do them instead of forcing yourself to do a thing? Wow, yeah, that's so crazy. Never heard that one before. Ah, yeah, hello, Noodle. Hello. I was 9 Souls recently. Never heard of that game. What's that game about? 9 Souls. 9 Souls. Or 9 Souls. 20 hours and 2 days. Ooh. That's quite a bit. Hoi oi oi. That's a... That's not very little. I take it that it's that addicting. Temple of the Horses of Dragonis. I've kind of forgotten what I had to do last time. I know I talked with Versarian, like with Mrs. Versarian. I think we did everything here. I don't think I've talked with Lord Man. Hey, Lord Man. While we're in Dragonis, we'll check the secretary's report to keep an eye on the logistics. Master Denrock does his job well, but a little scrutiny goes a long way with him. Made a video when your little cat got introduced martial and says to overthrow the council. What the fuck? That sounds interesting. Honey. Ah, the fucking neighbor's a shitty ass little like annoying dog is barking at something and Honey is barking along, man. I hate my neighbors' dog, man. The only good thing they're good for is cleaning up the floor because they're mop attachments, and they're fucking the owner of them refuses to like actually teach them how to be how to be well behaved because well it's nature's call. And the emotional sense of the council. Sounds interesting. I think actually let me look it up real quick. 9 Souls. Okay, it looks oi. Oi. I saw the cat lady. Yeah, that looks like a good game. Yeah, it looks like a good game. Yeah. I mean, clearly a very good game. Yes, now I can see the vision. I can see the vision, especially the cat lady. Terrible news from Dragoon's Lord Captain. A subsidiary Hive City, Phone 84-249, has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted, and millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport lines leading to neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees? Idea third, I don't know, I just entered the game in Google, saw some purple cat lady, and I was like, yes, I see the vision. What is the cause of the catastrophe? It is still unclear. The noble houses are casting blame on one another. Agents of the esteemed Achilles calendar stationed in Segaphone 84-249 died heroically while trying to save the population from this disaster. Their final reports mention some vulnerabilities in the industrial sectors of the lower hive, but do not go into further detail. All your servants are currently too busy dealing with the consequences of the crisis to investigate its causes. What's in my advices? The death of Achilles' agents troubles me. It may not be a coincidence. Until the causes of the disaster can be concretely established, I would avoid letting refugees into other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. I recommend setting up prohibitive accordance where the refugees can be contained in the wastelands between the hives. Back to appearing because I beat Minos recently. Hell yeah, man! Hell to the yeah! Best of luck. Best of luck. You got this, homie. Just when you do P2. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. The Emperor bids us to face the often cruel strokes of fate with dignity. If the other hives do not wish to accept the unfortunate victims of this tragedy, then let the victims themselves teach those living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. I'm sure that the Ecclesiary will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive out in the wastelands and establish a community of proud desert-dwelling martyrs. Such harsh conditions will be a crucible for fortitude and fearlessness, this tragedy a feat of spirit. The noble houses are trying to wash their hands of this. How predictable. And yet, it is their duty to see that the planet meets its tithe obligation and brings glory and revenue to the treasury in your absence. Let the aristocrats see to the refugees and not stop until every last one of them has been put to work. A blood reminder of a blind okay. Blood of Psych 484249. The rogue trained against +1 deflection and 3% hit chance. Refugees from the Fulham Hive toil without rest to prove that they deserve the honor of serving the Protectorate. These servants have now been tasked with maintaining rogue traders' equipment in condition. Argenta see to the Ecclesiary does not ignore the laments of the dispossessed. So I get 1 efficiency in Wastelands as prayer. Decreases enemy critical damage by 15%. Ooh. Having excelled prohibitive cordons. Against the Brooklyn allies +2 momentum for each human enemy killed in battle. Jesus Christ, no, Argenta, there you go. He who dares to remain deaf to the pleas of the destitute shall be branded a traitor to the fate. Honey! I'm not sure if you guys can hear the barking outside, but it's getting really annoying. There is something outside that's bothering every dog in this vicinity, and it's because the neighbor can't control her goddamn dogs because she's a lazy, lonely, goddamn hag. And I'm not talking about the good kind of hag. No, I'm talking about like a 60, 70-year-old woman that is like the typical embodiment of a German, right? Like, very much like, and if you're loud past 10 p.m., I'm going to call the police because I want to be quiet. Oh my god, Alter! There is nothing outside of the... The only reason the dogs are barking is because the neighbors' dogs are barking. Oh my god, I will. You know what I'm gonna do with those dogs one day? I'm not going to, but I will take, like, an electrical razor, right? And I'm just... And I will just make them bald. No? Like... I mean, it's kind of also the fault of those idiots, because there's a dog walking past, and what they're doing is they're letting the dogs dangerously close to our fence. Like, it's just really provoking. I hope those people don't get a hug by their mom, but instead of just a hey message. Is that emo? What the fuck is that emo? But yeah, like those little like not Pomeranians, like little Havanese dogs. I'm just gonna take like an electrical razor and just like on the top of their head just to make them look like a middle-aged man, right? Like a middle-aged like 2 beers at the evening drinking man. Large labor settlements were set up around the ruins of Scipione 84-249, and the refugees from the wastelands and neighboring hives have been rounded up there. In a harsh wasteland scorched with industrial poison, with only a bare modicum of food and clean water, the settlement residents have become the ardeners and dangerous task of rebuilding their fallen home. Many of the ecclesiaries' priests sought to share this burden with the poor souls, coming to their villages and preaching to them about the righteousness of hard work. Some priests have even chosen to stay in the camps permanently, where the desert cults of Aconite martyrs have begun to gather around them, glorifying the Lord Captain for granting them the right to suffer for the glory of the God Emperor. Which you could... Yeah, no, I haven't. Guccio. Guccio, let me look at that. Guccio Jojo. Sort of. Yeah, sort of like that. Yeah, just like... Okay, now, restoration. A new hive city will be established on top of the ruins of CO.84-249. Palace Extasiums will be constructed on top of the ruins of CPO 84-249 for the aristocracy. The dead and the dying will fertilize the garden. Jesus Christ, no. The surviving spine of CPO 84-249 will be rebuilt into a space elevator. It will be capped by an emporium, except those ships are too heavy to land on the surface. What the hell? So I get lots of those things, but if I just do Valencia's restoration... You know what? We restore, like, their basic living conditions. Oi, I don't remember having seen these. Wait, if I gave them 4 plasteel... Wait, Omniscience' anger? The factory would have incurred the wrath of the Omniscient has been struck with a major technological disaster. The machine spirits have gone to sleep inside the twisted industrial metalwork and damaged cogitators. The Forge Master... needs supplies and materials. 4 plasteel for 5 people mechanisms? Yes, sir. Lashing of a 4 promethium, but for 4 security everywhere? Yeah. 4 provisions for 1 complacency everywhere? Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. So for 4 people I get promethium and chemicals. So for 4 adamantine I get chemicals and people. Maybe. For 4 weapons and 4 mechanisms, I get 4 profit factor. Maybe. For 3 profit factor, I gain 10 provisions. With 2 profit factor, I get 5. Yeah, no. Gallagher's winter scale has found out that the secret of gas factoriums has been stolen from him. However, he is willing to leave that unfortunate incident in the past, offering the prospect of much greater gains. He is now captivated by the idea of seizing House Cordes' nephew and Riggs in the frozen world of Lucian's breath. For Caligos himself, it would appear the profit is a mere side benefit of the opportunity to massacre a large number of House Cordes' servants in planetary battles. What the fuck? No. Ew. For adamantine, I get chemicals and people. You know what, sure. I can just find more. I know this one, I want to look for this one. So, any other planets where I can build something? Yeah, there's nothing I can build here. I press these. Anything at the Oanus. Secret of the Winter Scales. Monstrous Servants. I think this is the one I wanted to do. Yes. Inhabitants of Vienna's arrested. Adapters and mechanicals with strong experience in the source of returning to obedient, battle-ready genetic servants. Was this the one I wanted to do? Things you know, the construction of weapons. I can't do that one. Obedient, battle-ready genetic servant. Again, efficiency and explorer tools like me more. Fuck it, sure. Let's do human experiments. Let's do human experiments. Decree on diligence. For 2 people, I get weapon, mechanism, efficiency, and provisions. I mean, these two would be interesting. I lose 1 complacency, though. Oh, they have 9 complacency. Come on, they're just... You know, let's just... Wait. Issuing this decree will significantly tighten production quotas, dooming laggards to being processed into corpse starch will encourage the most diligent servant. No! No! What the fuck? No! Okay, so we urgently need some adamantine and some plasteel. So let's go looking for adamantine and plasteel. What are you doing, Noodle? Have I asked that already? I probably have. Knowing me, I've already asked it. And I just keep forgetting that I've already asked it. I don't need more provisions. Already have the plasteel from here. There's plasteel over there. Supposedly I have to go over there? Thessera. But I have to go to Thessera. Oh, sure. Let's go to Thessera. Yeah, let's make this a safe voyage. You're in your chambers enjoying some long-awaited rest when you're struck by a strange sensation, something at the level of animal instinct. The doors seem to be locked, and no one could have entered your chambers without your knowledge, and yet you are not alone. Huh? Who's trying to seduce me? Who's trying to have the sexo with me? The non-consensual sexo? I didn't ask for this. What the fuck? Oh, that's a Necron. I think. Unnatural silence reigns in your chambers. The dust motes hang frozen in the air before you. The candle flames cease to flicker. And the tuned forces who came to check your quarters stand still as statues. All in a stark contrast to the other silhouette, the one that is utterly unlike anything else in the room. A massive inhuman figure, forged entirely from dark metal, stands towering in the middle of your chambers. Despite your arrival, the uninvited guest's attention seems to have been entirely captured by the trophies on the walls of your study.
Interesting. Quite interesting. The only item of note in this worthless heap. But what is the genesis? The originating cause? A definitive answer would require more thorough research. But the testimony of even a primitive creature will serve. You. Where on the ship did this object come from? What do you know of its provenance?
I mean, asking what are you is a bit weird because I know exactly what this is. It's a Necron. Yay! What are you?
Human. I am addressing you in a language you ought to understand. Answer my question.
Which object do you mean?
This is testament to how the ancient enemies of my kind were defeated at the hands of your primitive people. Do you know how this object came to be here and why it occupies a place of such honor?
That item belonged to my predecessor. She's dead.
And the transience of life forms like yours leaves the precious knowledge being carried off into the abyss of history yet again. I can see this is a dead end for further research. Since you have proven useless for my inquiries, I am ending this pointless conversation. Farewell, human.
Bye, homie. A moment later, the strange atmosphere in your chambers dissipates, and your frozen enforcers stir into motion once more. Exchanging bewildered looks, the pair hastily make the sign of the Aquila and halting mumble words of greeting, clearly ignorant of what just transpired in these quarters. Okay, but it looks like a rock. A bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. The light, smooth surface of the object is dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes. Okay, let me talk with Eogun. Because Eogun, yeah, I mean, he's related to the Necron DLC. Hey, Eogun.
Legos biologus Eurystheus octo rebido declaimed. Every organism naturally born, flesh from flesh, knows fear. But the supreme terror of an organic organism is invariably evoked by the threat of annihilation. I have pondered this a great deal. Do death and terror define our existence from the very beginning? Like a kind of fate, a raised blade since our conception that governs our lives. Rogue Trader, do you fear death?
No, does Pujan fear death? Nuncius, his countenance a reminder of the inevitable end, stares at you with his empty eye sockets. Yes, death, life, not very profound. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear in death if you lived a worthy life.
For it is what spurs us to do the things that give life meaning and dignity. You are a brave man, Rogue Trader.
You gotta go sleep. See, Noodle, you go to bed. You sleep well. Because, I mean, yeah, it is Sunday, and yeah, you probably have work or something tomorrow. Yeah, go rest up, man. Thanks for having dropped by, even if just for a short while, half an hour. That's something. Have a good one, man. Thanks for having dropped by.
Thank you for indulging my curiosity. Now it is your turn to select the topic of conversation.
You mentioned that you have knowledge of Xenos.
The rank of janitor grants me. I look forward to.
Okay, no, there's nothing to talk about. Okay. Well, I suppose we're just going to continue exploring because we need plasteel. We need more plasteel. I already have the plasteel from here. Forge a path to Weibo 6. Ooh, how am I going to get through those? I mean, I can try to, like... Lord Captain, urgent report. We have received an SRA message from Regent Aronto Orcelio. The navigators are concerned about the fate of Cassia, who disappeared from Urak 5. The Regent is requesting an update on her current status, and he has also inquired about the possibility of a personal meeting to negotiate and arrange the return of the Lady Navigator to her house. No? The psycho-emotional coding of the received message betrays acute concern, but it also contains something that astropaths have failed to put into words. If you excuse my forthrightness, I feel it is necessary to tell Orcelio the truth. Otherwise, a conflict with the Nabis Nobilite is possible, which, given the current state of the Cornus expanse, will only play into the hands of the enemies of the Imperium. And the House of Celia even learn I have Cassia? I wish I knew, Lord Captain. It is troubling indeed. Perhaps we have a spy on board, or Regent Aronto is bluffing. In either case, I believe we should respond. Navigators are extremely powerful and useful allies to have. Would ask the person the following because they perished at the hands of them go their own hand. Their Regent Aronto that their railroad trader does not know anyone named Cassia. She's safe, and yeah, she's safe. She's safe. I'll see to it, Lord Captain. The astropaths will transmit your consent. Representative of House of Celia will be waiting for you on the capital world Argonis. Receiving members of the House of Navin Noblite is always a delicate matter. Please make sure to discuss the details of this meeting with your Chancellor upon arrival. Permission to report. Your proctor has arrested my voidsman and is demanding his execution. A repeat offender, he says. Please do something, Lord Captain. The veteran arbitrator. This Arbites. Who is the voidsman? He's one of mine. Not as big an idiot as the rest of the idlers. He understands the control systems. He can make sense of the readouts. Him? A repeat offender? Bring the detained man to me immediately. I will personally interrogate him. Consider it done, Lord Captain. So, Solomon, what's the issue now? Like, what did you see? What did you see, old man? Oh. Greetings. Look, Captain, I beg to look into this outrage. This cyber horror nearly chewed up my assistants, and one of them's been left without two of his fingers. Instead of calming his space, the arbitrator attacked my crewman. Solomon waits for the end of Master Helmsman's words and coolly turns to you. What voice did I give him again? His crewman is a wanted man, a rogue trader. He is accused of subverting sacred tithe shipments, smuggling, kidnapping the Imperium's subjects, and bribing officials. Were we not on your flagship, I would have executed a heretic on the spot, but here, you are the authority, and you are the court. Why didn't you leave a cybermastiffs on my subjects, Solomon? The bastard tried to run when he saw me. His fellow crew members hesitated and didn't make way for me. There was no time to find out if they were avenging the perpetrator or just panicking, so I had to use Glato for suppression purposes. Solomon, why are you so certain that this is the man you're seeking? Because I was personally involved in tracking down and purging the shadows of the Abyss crime syndicate to which the perpetrator belongs. The case was in Calixis on the world of Helvetica Prime, but for arbitrators, time and distance do not mitigate guilt. The man before you is the former captain of a smuggling ship owned by the syndicate. Check the Heretics' left arm. Every syndicate member has a distinctive implant by which they recognized each other. It was that implant's signature that Glato picked up on during his patrols. How did a criminal from Calixis find his way onto my ship? It was among the servants sent to you by Governor Medina. Rabbit, did you know anything about this? If I went sticking my beak into the past of every one of the hundreds of people in the crew, I wouldn't have time to steer a ship. All I know is that when everything went to grog shit and Rick had my north, this one oversaw the work at the docks so that the foes didn't trample each other to death in their panic. And later he ran into a friend at the port of Footfall, and they found us some parts within the day. He's even got arms growing out of the right places. He might make it to junior helmsman if he keeps it up. So he's a mutant. Accuser, do you have anything to say? The long-haired voidsman flinches when you address him. Your lordship, the governor of Helvetica Prime was a scumbag to abhor the light of the God Emperor. The things he did to the people under him, we only survived by stealing from him, or else we'd have ended up in a corpse pit like 1 in 4 did after the distribution station accident. Once I'd go out here, that was it. I was out of that business for good. When I found myself in your service, I realized that it was a gift of fate, and I'd be a fool if I didn't repay such good fortune with my wholehearted toil. Made up a decision. If I hear such thing again, I'll be put off the ship and I'll be shut up through the air. I made my decision. I'll wait your orders, rogue trader. The Master Helmsman shoots a lack of naked dislike at Solomon. Rather, the Tainted Voidsman is your responsibility. Should you commit any misdeeds henceforth, you will have to answer for them. I do not trust this man to remain in the Master Helmsman crew, but I cannot allow such talent to go to waste. Send him over to the factotum, he'll find good use for him. So what do I get here? Capable hands. Repairing the void ship requires 15% less scrap. Whenever the professional counts, doesn't matter how exactly they obtained their skills, the rogue trader does not shun people with milky paws, thus earning him the respect of Raviz's motley crew. Well, I won't profit. You know what? It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Yes, Lord Captain. Raviz's disgruntled grimace momentarily dissipates. Then this case is closed. With your permission, I will return to my duties. Oh, honey. Honey. Stop howling at every single thing. I swear she's a beagle, but she would probably rather be a, what's it called? She would be a better, like German, shepherd. Because all she does, like, somebody walks past our home, and she feels the need to just howl. Lord Captain, we've received a vox calls from Tessera. The signal quality is rather poor, but the meaning is clear. The world is expecting your lordship's arrival. Great festivities have been arranged, and a delegation led by the planetary governor is ready to give you a welcome worthy of an honored guest. Okay. So, was there even more stuff? I'm already extracting that. No, I'm just here for Tessera. Oi. Oh, I have to go there with Solomon. Okay. Okay. Because the game says I'm gonna need Solomon. But wait, I think this was, like, there was actually, like, one of the things that the game mentioned of, like, hey, we have to go there. We need you there because, you know. Ooh, this is a cool looking city. Good thing it's the left hand. Oh, I hate that. I swear I thought that was a donkey at first. Glato just already being out before everybody else. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, I hate this guy already. That's a stitched face. A richly dressed man riding a sinewy horse breaks off from the procession. When he approaches, you immediately notice a strange detail. The man's face is pinned to his head with precious fastenings that stretch the skin across his skull. Celestial gifts, there is no higher honor for us than to extend our hospitality to such noble eminences. His Celestial Highness, the Rogue Trader, an illustrious judicator of the Imperium. All of Thessera clamors, trembles, and cheers. Rudolo, the fair-faced, Governor of Thessera, at your service. I thank you for the courteous welcome, Governor. However, we have come here to address a grave concern. But of course, Your Celestial Highness, it would be my pleasure to discuss whatever topic you have in mind. That said, you have had such a long and painful journey behind you. Like any self-respecting host, I must first propose... Oh, it's a jester. Oh, it's a jester. Boy, I'll have to give him a Lemmy voice. Bluff the court fool. Look behind you. A smaller figure steps out of the crowd, dressed in a motley attire of a court fool and wearing a sneering mask. My name is Bluff. I am Lord Rudolph's good mood. I tickle his governorship with well-spouted jests and itty-bitty gossip. And now I merely doff my cap to our celestial lords and ladies and hand them this here key to Thessera as a token of our boundless loyalty. So he just the fool bows and offers you a gift. There's how you take it. I don't know which to sort of do. Your servants often interrupt the rules of conversations without permission, Governor. Oh, the embarrassment. The governor leans down from his horse and grabs the fool's hand. Having wrenched the key from the Bluff's grasp, Rudolo raises his hand to strike, and the fool quickly backs off. Finally, the governor offers the gift to you with a reverential bow, the key to Thessera. Look at the governor. The governor's heavy gold-stitched jacket adds a certain presence to his figure, but it cannot hide how poor of a rider he is. The way his boots dig into the horse's sides, his hands fiddling with the reins, his trembling fingers, all speak of nervousness and a lack of control. What happened to your face, Ruoldo? Ruoldo touches his stretched-out countenance. Ah, this is a fine tradition that I myself brought to this world. You see, there is a way to tame the merciless passage of time. All you need is to find a young and healthy face, appropriate it, and attach it over your own fading skin. The local nobility eagerly took this art to ascending one's life and youth, and I, once a celestial lord myself, now promote this custom to personal example, so I may showcase its wonderful properties. Guaranteed to rejuvenate the individual, regular youth, levy, and overtime duties. After all, what good are health and long life to the servants of the Imperium? Will put on other people's skin out of a desire to look younger. You will cure this. Yeah, ban this right now. Oh, Rudolo looks confused for a few moments. Yes, of course. It's very clear. Celestial Highness, what kind of address is that? This is what we call the highborn will come down to us in their wondrous thresholds. Of course, I'm not an atheist of Thessera, and thus was once a celestial lord myself. I have grown used to the local customs, so I address you like any Thesserian would. And where are you from? From a distant civilized world. Yes, Thessera looks much of what I was accustomed to. Yet after my appointment here, I continue to love this planet with all my heart. I hope that during your visit you, too, will come to feel at least some affection for Thessera. Rudolo abruptly changes the subject, unwilling to say more about his native world. The reason for this is unclear. Ruoldo, I'm sure you know why we're here. Ruoldo nods, somewhat perplexed. I do have certain suppositions. Enough. According to Data Protocol Galaxy Sigma UX 11-4, this Mu-class planet type feudal estimate rating E874 with an assigned type grade of socio extremis and provided its due type amount in full. You have violated the laws and are hereby under investigation. You are to present all related custom reports and shipping manifests immediately. The Proctor's voice marries no emotion, and Glato sadly bares his teeth, completing the image of the implacable hand of justice that has arrived on Thessera. Fuck's sake. 1 second. Your chant has indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Essentially, what I said, thank you for that. Essentially, what I said is, hello, your chanting worked. I had a sudden emergency, mini emergency related to the dogs. And yes, I have turned on the caca again for you. At precisely 26 minutes, and yes, I've been reading this here, but well, I suppose I'm gonna just cut this out of the vault or something. I don't know. Thank you, 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 Fort Path. I believe there was something else this team governor wished to say. Thank you, Your Celestial Highness. We know your journey here must have been an arduous one. As a sign of our appreciation, we have prepared a veritable constellation of enjoyments in your honor. We humbly invite you to taste of our amasak along with our finest dishes, and may you likewise savor some of the local entertainment. One of the court ladies will accompany you as a single word or wish of yours linger without attention. Woman moment. Oi. Oh, she reminds me of that Game of Thrones lady, the dragon lady from Game of Thrones. A thin woman. Caw. They do resemble. She does resemble that. A thin woman emerges into the torchlight, looking at you with a mixture of fear and awe. Her diminutive figure is practically drowning in her velvet and silk dress, and a resplendent necklace of blue stone adorns her neck. Maeve, my celestial lord, at your service. Solomon leans close and says in a lowered voice, based on my experience, I would say we have been assigned a spy under our pretense of generosity. But this is a good thing. We will use this young woman as our source of information about the world. For now, it would be wise to play along and question her thoroughly once we are away from prying eyes. Prying ears. Face is your own. Why is that? You mentioned entertainment. Tell me more. Relax, mate. Just pretend that you're giving a good friend a tour of the place. Maeve smells sheepishly. I'm afraid that is easier said than done, my celestial lord. It would be like trying to imagine a mighty sun as a tiny ember. But I will do my best not to anger you by acting too nervous. Your face is your own. Why is that? Such living masks are the privilege of high nobility. I may not be a commoner, but to be entitled to a change of face, that is something I have to earn. Maeve casts a fascinated eye over the nobles whose faces, inasmuch as they are theirs, are stretched tight over metal fixtures. Many have their mouths frozen in an unnatural smile, and it is hard to tell whether this is a consequence of the tightness or simply an eager show of delight.
Look at this one. She has barely risen above the bottom, and already she shoots for the privileges of the top. Greedy hands are wont to get chopped off.
You mentioned entertainment. Tell me more.
Tedward the Scorched is hosting a public trial for a few guilty wretches today. I also overheard that the Council of Thessarian Nobility was preparing a special gift for you. Besides those, our mechanical orchestra, the only one of Thessera, will be playing all evening. And of course, you will also get to see the crowning jewel of Lord Roldo's collection, his maimed metal-harnessed beasts. What? Little beasties like to play. People are their favorite prey. Chomp and munch and crunch. Look, it snapped your head. Your head away. This is Cockos timing. Screams and tears and gore and more. Happy beastie, happy day. Notice of the orchestra, fascinating. Look behind you. March, 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 march. Fucking Shaquito oatmeal. Notice of the orchestra, fascinating. How did you manage to acquire something like that?
Though at most only once in a generation, even the Sarah receives visits from time to time, Your Celestial Highness. One day, an entire delegation from a foreign world arrived with these mechanical musicians in tow. We were immediately smitten with them. Sadly, our performers have now fallen into a sorry state. The Sarah's humid air makes their preservation difficult, you see, and we don't have a single crimson-clad holy man or woman left. All we can do now is...
All we can do now is be sad.
All we can do now is offer prayers of our own, burn oil, and do everything else the old writings say, even though we have no hope of understanding them.
Judging by the stench, the servitors, or more specifically, the parts of them made of flesh, will not last much longer. Slime oozes from rust holes, every other lifeless eye is adorned with cataracts, and their mouths are like corpse dumps filled with shards of rotten teeth. Every wrong note their instruments play is accompanied by the mournful screeching of servo motors and sparks flashing from dangling wires. We have no idea worldview unless it gives specifically does there. I have no interest in the base entertainment. Very well, we'd like to see what this place has to offer. I can tell by what I'm hearing that our execution has already lit up the Phasmophorius, ready to give the condemned a warm welcome. Which means the governess is official whisper collector. That's me, who has a whole lot of important business to do. And so I must leave you now, good sirs and ladies, lest I miss out on a hot batch of juicy tales. Terribly pleased to meet you all, honored judicator. Bluff grasps Solomon's hand and gives it a vigorous shake. Oi. Before he can even blink, the cyber mastiff beside him sinks its teeth into Bluff's forearm, jerking it back and forth in a fury. The attack lasts only for a moment, but when Gleito lets go, the fool's limb is already torn to shreds. With a cry of pain, Bluff leaps away and melds into the roiling crowd. Solomon ruffles Gleitos' neck and turns to you. Feudal worlds are rarely known for their bureaucratic precision. Reconnaissance on the ground will tell us more than any report hastily scribbled down by these blockheads. I suggest we attend this trial and see how the laws of this planet are enforced. Can't wait to meet some kindred spirits. Never harm these people on permission against Solomon. Let's go with them as the biggest local spectacle. If it will help the investigations, we should not dally. We have plenty of time first and respect every nook and cranny of this place. Can't wait to meet some kindred spirits. Just professional intuition. Shall we go? I mean, the skepticism is... I don't know. I don't want to do one. Like, I personally would do one, but we are technically here, like, on, you know, investigation, so if we have plenty of time, I will first inspect everything. I see no reason not to. Who knows what evidence we might discover, or what secrets of her lord or guide might share. Solomon gives Maeve an ominous look that makes her shudder timidly. Solomon looks at the throng currently staring at you in wonder and trepidation. So, Celestial Lord, your coming is a stirring event for these people. Rest assured, the locals will be watching your every move, and a single word or careless gesture from you may as well transform their lives on this underdeveloped world.
So we're on the medieval world. Yeah, they still have regular swords and stuff. So we should probably first level up Solomon. Do a good action, run, bite. Probably bite is a good idea. Automatic messes stuff is bleeding, burning. Reduced by 5. It's apprehended enemy. You know, I think this is actually not that bad. Like if it's bleeding, just to make sure that yeah, nothing bad happens. When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability effect, the resolve is increased by 2. Non-damaging ability. All allies excluding Xenos in a current body can plus after a characteristic. With a one-handed shock baton, one-handed power mold equipped. Nope. Once per turn, the Aberrator can throw a grenade that does not deal damage on impact. The Aberrator's attacks made on others is turned to 30% more damage. No. Is it more than 90% wounds? Nah. No heresy. Gain Xenos and demonic creatures. Oh, no. Is it effective? But yeah, sure. I mean, with Cassia, that's essentially almost always the case, right? Fellowship. And then, yeah, sure, demolition. Demolitions expert. I mean, why aren't you using the best? I'm sure the wiki would help you. Shit, you're right, man. I'm sorry, please, I shall apologize to Mr. Gotchi himself about not playing a meta deck. I truly apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Sorry, Mr. Farting of the Baths. Oh wait, that's a carriage the Celestial Lord drives around the sky in. Oh, Celestial Lord, we've been waiting for you. Oh yeah, they are. The Chronicle of Fates by Gorgeous Fault, Chapter 2. It befits any servant of his to thank daily the Emperor, him that holdeth the key, for lot given them in life. As I have thanked him with my writing for thousands of moon lives, so too do I thank him now with the fetters that are preparing my soul for its new destiny. The rules of this service are simple. Day after day, I reverently carry with me the glass fetters, not daring to break them. Some believe that merely keeping them by one's bedside is enough to perform the sacrament. This is a lie, perpetuated by the slothful and the faint of heart. I feel going like kind of understanding meta things does help, like later on, like say you're say in a fighting game, right? It probably doesn't hurt understanding like how things work, like why meta stuff works. But personally, you know, like I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't be understanding as much about, say, League if I didn't understand meta picks and stuff, and, like, why they work and how they work. Though at the end of the day, arguably more important is understanding how enemy players are and how predictable they are. Which does in turn mean you need to understand the champion that the enemy is using, right? Because, well, otherwise, you know... Oi, Glato.
Duty prevails.
How can I talk with Maeve?
Never doubt me.
No, Maeve, come back. No, Maeve, I wish to talk with you. Noticing your gaze, Maeve turns to you. My celestial lord, she hesitates before continuing. They say you are the God Emperor's anointed. Have you truly seen him? And as now our God Emperor resides on Holy Terror, many legendaries. No, I have to pretend like... Have I? I have just not seen him. I've personally advised him on ruling of the Imperium. Maeve's eyes are like two moons, shining with wonder and curiosity. She bites her lip in an obvious attempt to restrain herself and not pepper you with more questions. Pardon me, did you wish to ask me something? Solomon casts a quick glance around, as if looking for someone, and then nods at you confidently. How do you find living at the governor's court? I dare not complain, my celestial lord. Lesser nobles such as myself sometimes receive punishment for angering our lords, but that is good, in a way. I think it makes me clearer and brighter on the inside and helps me to better serve the God Emperor, the holder of the key to all destinies. Maeve makes the sign of the Aquila and turns a reverent gaze upon you. You call the Emperor the holder of the key to all destinies. Why? Forgive me if I said something wrong, my lord. Preacher
Antiochus said that the God Emperor holds the key to all destinies in his celestial hand. He himself sits at the very top of the great tower of humankind, from there gazing out over the worlds and stars of his domain. He sees all, knows all, and a bloody tear rolls down his cheek when he reads our shameful thoughts and deeds in the annals of our lives. But those who strive, who do not let the seed of evil into their hearts, he will reward with a new destiny, a new life, a higher and better than one before. With a turn of his key, he unlocks the dungeon of their souls. I live in hope that one day he will come to my door. Maeve's smile is one of sad resignation. How fascinating. What are you going to do to get a better destiny? I can hope, pray earnestly, try to be virtuous and diligent. And if I manage to please the Celestial Lord, then maybe, just maybe, the Emperor will take notice. I think the Emperor has taken notice. What is it with the timing on that part? He will take notice. Just... Oh, that was beautiful timing. The Emperor just took a shit. She's like, oh, a sign by the Lord. Reminds me of the joking day on that. Wait, I think while I had that BRB, the caw continued playing. I'm just gonna put 10 more minutes on it. Though the Caesarian honor the god emperor, the interpretation of the creed verges on heresy. Serving him is already the reward, only the desire to serve longer and with greater zeal is worthy of pursuit. Infinite caw. Hey, I'm just keeping my word of like how to keep the caw, right? And like how you redeemed it. I want you to get the bang for your buck, and in this case I want you to know that your channel points aren't being scammed, right? Argenta shake. Kaka gave me an approving, yes, you're doing well. Argenta shakes her head. Serving the Emperor merely to earn a better fate? What the pitiful foundation of her faith on Thessera. Missionaries must be sent here to set this world upon the true path while there is still time. Why did the God Emperor lock people in the dungeon? In the time of darkness, the God Emperor walled up the tower of humankind against fiends and monsters to keep it safe from evil. But evil had already planted its seed in thousands upon thousands of human souls. He locked them in the dungeon of the tower so that they might first eradicate the evil in their thoughts. All our lives we atoned for our transgression against the God Emperor, and after death we returned to his judgment. But that is our burden to bear, my lord. When I see you and realize that before me stands his anointed, one blessed by his godly hand, there is no one happier than I. What do you think of the governor? Oh, he's a wonderful person, so considerate and generous. But, of course, his venerable age has taken its toll. He behaves oddly from time to time, but we all have our quirks, don't we? He behaves oddly? How so? Well, he gave me a lovely Thessarian necklace just before you arrived. Strange, is it not? To bestow such a treasure on someone of the lower nobility. And I also noticed that we have been conversing more as of late, and it's been easier. Sometimes I think he knows me better than I know myself. So the governor has never favored you like this before. Perhaps the appointment to his court of rogue trader also came as a surprise. Maeve blinks in astonishment. That is so, my lord judicator. I wonder why the God Emperor saw it fit to bestow such a tremendous honor upon me. Yeah, there's something up with that necklace. There is something with that necklace that... Tell me about Bluff, the fool. How did he win the governor's favor? He is the best among all the court servants. Maeve looks down, but you catch the fear in her eyes. He always knew how to make the noble lords laugh, but at first, Dane's jokes were just funny pranks and puns. And those were wonderful, almost impossible times. Something happened and Dane changed, did he not? That is his name, yes? Yes, he seems to retreat into himself all of a sudden. And he started snapping back at people, saying sarcastic, scathing things. His jokes were simple before, but now there is always a nasty bite to them. And he started exploding at every little thing and ordering me about my own brother. Having said all this, she freezes in fear, turning white as a sheet. Apologies for my lack of constraint. For a brief moment, a deep wrinkle cuts across Solomon's forehead. So, your brother is not his usual self. This world is a tangled web indeed. Let's continue. Okay, I don't know what I pressed, but... Ebonite Sword. Targets hit with the sword suffer a number of static charge stacks equal to damage dealt by the attack. When a creature with those stacks is killed, all creatures adjacent to it except the wielder suffer shock damage equal to number of static charge stacks. It's a two-handed light weapon, so alas. Alas.
It's about time.
Do I have anyone who could use the two-handed... I mean, if I could give him the two-handed sword thing, like if I could make it one-handed, but I don't think I really can make it a two-handed thing. Also, where did the shield go? I mean, one of his hands is already made for healing, so I'm not sure that's gonna actually work out. Oh, her weapon skill is fairly low. I mean, Pujan obviously, but I mean, no, but he's stronger with hammers, right? Let me quickly look. Daring Breach, no, I think it was in Talents. Trusty weapons, axes, hammers, and last weapons. Yeah, no, okay. But I do need, I do, not just need, want a heavy two-handed melee weapon. Stall owner. Bessarian. What a life to own entire stars. I took up my mother's star. I want the star. I want the stars. I went up to the stars and I looked at it. And for some reason I've gone blind. I don't know why. It's not that cool. I don't like it. The Chronicles of Fates by Gorgas Fall, Chapter 1. Let these instructions enlighten all who walk in my footsteps. He that holdeth the key permits none but his most faithful change their fates, and I, the eminent Gorgeous Fault, have no right to fail him. This my present work will describe how a soul becomes purified and a ritual required to prepare it for its momentous turn of fate, these being things that any servant of his who intends to break the shackles of the former life will have to undergo. Wait, this sounds a bit... Hold on, so bonus to Medicaid. Nope, definitely need that one. Bonus to Medicaid. No, I can't get rid of these. 84 Medicaid, 90 Medicaid. Yeah, I would love for them to wear these, but... If using one and going, the wear against 50% cover efficiency when in cover for one, meh. The wear against plus AP of a round when I fire the first shot from an arc rifle, use Magna Rail Mats or Transonic Wave for the first time. Wear damage over time effect, and plus a stack of inevitability, no... Then stacks of tactical 1, change the game +1 resolve. Kaka, my beloved. So, where are these things I was reading? Internal report, rough bloody sketch. Oh, it's a rough bloody sketch, eh? It befits any summoners to thank daily the Emperor, thank the holders the key for all given life. Just thank him with my radicals on Moon Lives too. Do I thank him for another fetters? Okay, so I need to find some fetters and not destroy them. Rider. I barely know.
Marking location.
Yeah, open it with a key, with a multi key.
This is the only outcome I accept.
Oh, Celestial Lord, we've been waiting for you.
Ooh. Oh, he's been waiting for me, yeah. Okay, more goods.
Busy Lady Elsa's rotting face. No amount of whitening can fix that. They say the poor soul has been trying to cover her sores with lime wall.
The kind they use for walls.
Oh, Celestial Lord, we've been waiting for you.
Okay, but how do I get down here? Ooh, someone died over there. I'm telling my grandkids about this. Don't.
Grey-haired nobleman. As you approach, the nobles bow gracefully. Their sewn-on faces are wrapped tightly around their skulls, and their eyes gleam with earnest subservience. One dares to address you. "O celestial lord, grace us with your regard. My brother and I heard of your arrival. We immediately sought to surprise you with an exceptional gift." Like your favorite car croissant, mine is all of them. All of them. All of them. All of them. The ancient scrolls tell of a wonder, a mechanical sage by the name of Kogekor. It knows the answers to all questions, can make other machines do its bidding. It may even predict the future. My brother and I have borne many a hardship, but we managed to acquire the magic contraption for our much-cherished guest. Wait, hold on. There is a thing I need to very quickly check on. I'll be right back. Sorry. Sorry for all these BRBs today. Today just really ain't like a consistent day. I'm sorry. Right. I got myself some unhealthy Chernobyl water, also known as a Red Bull. And it's not 5 p.m. yet, so I can still drink it. Alright, where are we? The box in front of you, presumably the Kogekor they speak of, exudes a strong odor of ritual oils. Made of thin planks, it is covered in so many purity seals that it seems to be held together by them alone. A stack of flimsy rough paper lies atop it, and there is a mica panel with malachite buttons attached to the front. A thin slit is visible among the buttons. Wait, I am unmuted, right? I am, okay. A blood sighs heavily and leads over to you. Sometimes when information reaches the more backward worlds, it undergoes strange metamorphoses in the minds of the unfortunate and regrettably parochial lay people. Have mercy, Lord Captain. They probably have been trying to please you. Listen to the sounds coming from the box. There is a barely audible breathing coming from the box. Whoever is inside wants very much not to be noticed. Glato stalks toward the box and bares his fangs, while Solomon frowns grimly at the device. Really? Then again, what could you expect from his ignorant world? Also, I forgot to turn on Kaka again. My apologies, Mr. Farty Math Bath person. What a rare, magnificent gift. I want to display it in my chambers. There is something I wish to ask this Kogakor. If I may advise the Celestial Lord, in order to receive an answer, one should take a piece of paper and slide it into the hole here. Then touch the stone and ask the question loudly and clearly. Kogata, answer only yes or no. Is your next answer going to be no? The miraculous device reluctantly accepts the offered paper and makes a vague moan-like sound. After a languid moment of waiting, you're presented with a sheet that reads error, which most likely means error. Kogakor, what is the distance between Earth and sky? The sheet you offer is consumed with a speed beyond that of an ordinary autoquill. After a few moments, the sheet returns with a single notation. Lots. Kogakor, what does the future have in store for me? The sheet shoots back out of the box and falls to the ground. It bears a solemn inscription. Glory everlasting. Kogakor, what is the punishment for liars and frauds? The box holds the paper for a long time. When the sheet finally emerges from the slot, it is visibly shaking. You see the words, emulation. Please don't. Solomon folds his arms and leans towards the slot, his voice ringing with steel. Machines cannot feel fear, Cockacor. They can only meekly accept their fate. The proctor catches your gaze and shrugs. I couldn't help myself. Enough questions for now. As you wish, don't hesitate to pose more questions. There is enough ink for many more answers. What a rare and magnificent gift. I will be honored to display it in my chambers. Our hearts flutter at the opportunity to please the Celestial Lord. May this sagacious machine assist you in your endeavors. Yeah, there's a guy in there. There's a guy in there. And when he's aboard, we're just gonna, like, question him. So then, what is this? Why is there an animal thing? Oh, Plato! They found the books! Nyoing! As in a bloody sacrament, one-handed mace. Area attacks with more create a smoke cloud. All creatures that enter that area must pass a toughness, strength, and willpower resistance test with a -30 penalty. On a failed toughness test, the target becomes blinded for 2 rounds. On a failed strength test, it becomes slowed for 2 rounds. On a failed willpower test, disturbed for 2 rounds. That is actually a very good mace. Too bad I have no one that can actually use the mace. If anything, him, but... fucking rusty saw. Fucking saw, man. Saw Goodman.
I always get the job done.
I always get the job done.
The Emperor
The blacksmith has somehow managed to forge shells and casings. They do not belong on the feudal world, but there's no doubt as to what they are. Ammunition. Oh, that's a dead guy. Why is there a dead guy here? Examine the Medicae 60. Someone disfigured the corpse's face and threw the body off the parapet. I should have maybe equipped the
Done.
Oi! Oh, level up! Yay! Cyber Eagle as Raven. 15 willpower. Enemies affected by relay psychic power must pass an agility resistance test or become slowed. If the enemy is already slowed, it must pass an agility resistance test with a +20 to become immobilized. Targets immune to immobilize suffer warp damage equal to 5% of maximum wounds. Oh, that's huge actually. Hold on, which is the one that I just got? This one, right? So, in this one, I have way more willpower, but Veil Degradation is up. The Cyber Raven suffers no damage and a relay psychic plus an additional 18. But it says an additional 18 damage. But it also says any relayed power. You know, this might be... I mean, but that one says Grave Chill, but this one is about immobilization and... Nah, this one feels more like Lysandra. I have to pick this one. Who's there? Is that a Celestial Lord himself? You shouldn't have come here. Okay. Okay, sorry.
Excellence matters.
I'll be leaving right away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I shall not be there again. Okay, but now we have a level up stream. Deep Laceration. When using Scourging Strikes, the execution is merely critical of 17 levels of bleeding instead of 10. Whenever, I mean, this would actually be strong with that other skill that he has. Like, Pudgeon is low, he uses that, and then he heals up. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that one, actually. Because one of the skills, activates the damage. Like, a few instances of damage over time. For each enemy that considers the Vanguard a priority target, armor is increased by 5%. Defense does now have -10 penalty to weapon skill of attacks of opportunity instead of 20. These attacks with the duration is 7 damage. All enemies in the 2-star radius around the Vanguard suffer a -8 dodge against all attacks of the Vanguards. Enemy because of the Vanguard is -11%. Critical hits it plus damage to him. Allies affected by the Vanguard's abilities gain 5% armor. When the Vanguard hits an enemy with an attack of opportunity, that enemy must make a willpower resistance test. Okay. Bacon of Mind. Before temporary wounds allows the Vanguard the number of temporary wounds strength for 1 round. While the Vanguard has at least 1 ally in the 2-star radius. The next attack made by an ally under effect of force distraction gets an additional 3 MP. All allies affected by the Vanguard's ability 8% less to suffer a critical hit. The maximum stacks of all yielding Bacon has 7 resolve. Wall of Rockreed now grants additional 7 temporary wounds to all targets. And when the Vanguards as ally in 2-star radius aren't to miss hit, once the Vanguard gets temporary wounds. Other brace effect that Navy officer can use to get off me, but once prone target melee attack, but will fall prone. Get off me. Pushes enemies in a 2-cell radius. Pushes enemies in a 2-cell radius away 2 melee attack. And the targets of the melee attacks must be... Okay. As with the brace effect affected by Navy, so not attacking other attack abilities gain 18% dodge for 1 round, does not stack, do not provoke attacks of opportunity. Actually not that bad. Dueling that. Plus 15% bonus to parry. I mean, I would rather have blocking instead. Higher resistance. The additional damage suffered from pheromones is reduced to 10% per stack. Increases wounds by half the level. I mean, for a tank, you know what? I'm actually gonna pick that. He's our tank. He needs to be tanky, so I need him to have more HP. Okay, this is Argent, always ready. Starts with 2 stacks of versatility. Every round, the first single target ability used by an ally in Argent meeting gives 1 AP to that ally. I mean, I very often do use her. Any ranged attack burst out Argent meeting reduces the weapon skill of enemies hit by -10 until the end of combat. And if Argent an area that attacks both melee and range, reduce the deflection of all enemies hit by -2 and the armor by 7%. Does not stack. Does the dodge of enemies that are forced make resistance to I mean, honestly, there are some enemies that are extremely tanky, so I think I'm actually going to pick this one because I feel like armor reduction is becoming more and more important. So yeah, weapon skill, not really agility, perception. Like not stack. Yeah, they're not stack. Yeah, they're not stack. Ah, not stack, not sack. Yeah, man. Like these effects, they not sack. What do you mean not sack? Yeah, they're not stack. They're not stack. What do you want? Fucking not sack. Da, 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 da. Not sack. We're like 3 years old. Nutsack. Surprise, nutsack, nutsack. The effect of psychic powers relay through. Come. Enemies in the 3-star radius and familiars have a -5 penalty to characteristics, considered to be familiars as key characteristics. Familiars wounds are increased by 6. Each ally in the 3-star radius around the familiar has a resolve increased by 2. Whenever a familiar's ability is used on an ally, familiar's ability is used on an ally. Can be rolled for 1 round. That ally gains 5 to characteristics. Well, whenever a familiar's ability is used on an ally, I don't get this one. Keep familiar increased by 5. While moving, the cyber deals 12 warp damage to each enemy it passes. I feel that's too low at this point. At the start of the overseer's turn, maybe. At the start of each round, the Veil Degradation 50 more creatures in a 4-star radius on the Cyber Raven suffer 9 warp damage. Would synergize with the other one. Got chores to do. Goodbye. Goodbye, Fort Bath. Thank you for having been here. Go do your chores and watch that they do not stack. That they not stack. Just when you use the boxes, watch out that they not sack. Have a good one, man. Thanks for having been here. Cheerio, man. Whenever a psychic power is relayed through Cyber Raven, it suffers 3 direct damage and gains 3 willpower. While the Overseer and the Familiar are adjacent to each other, that doesn't happen. If the Overseer is within 4 cells of the Cyber Raven, remember the okay, no, that doesn't really happen. While the Psyker is not in the target's line of sight, while the Psyker is in cover, all resistance tests of the target suffer no. You know what? That's actually very good. Yeah. But I help with the other willpower things. All the Monster Tactician's abilities work as if they had 8 more stacks of tactical advantage. At this point, that is 5% more damage. When the Monster Tactician's ally uses a heroic act, Monster Tacticians begins combat with additional stacks attacking with a number of enemies. Monster Tactician did 7% more damage dog with 50%. Oh wait, these I haven't starred, so I need to watch for the ones that I've starred. Every enemy the Navigator has in their line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by 7. The Navigator heals 7 wounds at the beginning of every turn against 1 additional wound for every Navigator talent taken. The healing increased by +1 for every creature killed between the Navigators' turn. I mean, the healing would be huge, but she's often not really like in danger. Unless there are target by the Navigator's power gain 10% armor. This additional armor is reduced by the amount of Veil Degradation. Anything else down here I might, like, need? It doesn't really have that. I mean, what does she have? She has a sniper, if anything, but... she must reciter. 2 more movement points. I mean, she rarely moves. Dawn of Victory, every critical hit, no. Grenades and medkit cause 1 less action points. After heroic act used by very first time combat, the Master Tactician next archetype ability will have its cost reduced to 0. Every enemy killed by Master Technician. Nope. Whenever the Master Technician or the Master Technician's ally use any consumable item reloads a weapon, the Master Technician gets to okay, meh. Using medkits on an ally under effect. Nope. Whenever the Master Technician spends tactical advantages stacks on abilities. Whenever the critical damage of a Master Technician. No. Whenever the Master Technician heals an ally, that ally gains 1 resolve. I mean, she doesn't really heal them, she gives them a shield. At the beginning of the Master Technician's turn, if the momentum is higher than 125, the first burst attack area attack. No. When the Master Technician reloads a weapon, no. Press the advantage, ignores cover, and dodge. What's the next attack? I think I'm actually gonna pick this one, bro. And then Solomon, I don't know, whenever the Submassive hits apprehended enemy, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't really plan on using Solomon too much, but...
As it should be.
The horses glance at you with an odd curiosity. One of them pulls its muzzle close and cracks its teeth, almost too greedily and hungrily for a harmless herbivore. The enormous gators walk fast. It's almost like that there's something wrong with this entire planet. That's so crazy. Oh, there's a piece of paper here I almost missed. The Chronicle of Fates by Gorgeous Fault, Chapter 3. The sacrament has been performed. I felt the cage open its gates. I felt him that holdeth the key open the lock to my body. At first I found it hard to breathe. It was as though the inside of my body was lined with vice that was not my own. In my mind's confusion, I cannot tell what moon life it is which chapter of this book I am presently writing. But the greatest one is all-knowing, and every turn of fate has been chosen by him in advance. Thus, if my new fate try to resist me, I shall bring it to heel. Sounds a tiny bit like heresy at this point. Caw, it is. I can't believe what I'm seeing. People from the stars walking on our planet. Woof.
As a child, I was captivated by the chronicles of the feudal world Urban II. Knights clad in shining armor riding their fine steeds, battling enemies of humanity, and holding feasts after their victories. But this world has only grey and mud.
Mud.
Same is true for many worlds in the Imperium, Lady Cassia. You should accustom yourself to that fact.
Tiny lice are hopping around the gilded plate. The lady squashes the insects with a small golden hammer, only for more of them to drop from her coifed hair and into her food. A coiffed hair. Ew.
Follow my lead.
There's something not right about number 4. It doesn't know commands, just does whatever it wants. So he locks it up to keep it out of trouble, your celestial highness. Cyber Lacerax? Why are they cybered? Saber Mastiff. The Cybermastiff is 150% more damage. Whenever its protected ally dodges or parries an attack, the Cybermastiff gains 14 temporary wounds and deals 40% more damage for 1 round. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Looks good enough. But this one gets 5 strength, weapon skill deals 100% more damage whenever the Cybermastiff falls unconscious. Yeah, sure, do this one, yeah, for protective doggo. These Lacerax Augmentics are just as rusty and in sore need of service, but the creature looks far worse than the rest. Gaunt and weak, almost miserable, the beast looks up at you with glazed eyes as you approach. On the door, you notice a scrolled sign that reads Animal Number 4, Don't Feed. Don't feed. The same number is burned into the skin of the Lacerax. Examine the Lacerax. A quick inspection is enough to determine the cause of the problem. Some of the Lacerax's augmentics are clearly not working correctly. The muscles near the energy conduits are twitching, as if the machine's spirits, in their fury, were torturing the beast. It is surprising that only this Lacerax shows such signs of torment, considering the poor state of the augmentics of all the cyber beasts here. A single Ato convulsed like that when his augmentics were malfunctioning, Solomon says, then adds with sudden anger, I doubt the local halfwits had first clue about maintaining implants. They should have stuck to shovels and left the beast alone. Attempt to repair the things? You try to reach your hand inside to get the Lacerax's augmentic, but the cage's bars force you to withdraw. Hold on, step away and save. Also examine them.
I'll learn from this mistake.
The Lacerex's ribs are heaving, thick saliva dripping from the long tongues. The creature must be terribly thirsty on this hot evening. Unlock the cage. You are unfamiliar with the operation of the mechanical lock, but it does not stop you from disabling it. The cage door opens with a creak. However, the beast inside shows no reaction. Let's attempt to repair the things. You find the issue and fix it with ease. One of the circuits was broken, possibly damaged in a fight with the other beasts. When you are done with the repairs, you are hit with a realization. There is now nothing standing between you and this huge predator. With a flash of its visors, the beast begins to turn slowly toward the exit. For a brief moment, you find yourself only a meter away from a monstrosity whose jaws could snap a person in two. It hisses in your face. Suddenly, you see something moving out of the corner of your eye. A whirl of skirts, a frail figure. With a small shriek, Maeve throws herself between you and the snarling beast. Off with you! Get away from my lord! Here comes Blister. What are you doing? It's going to kill you. The young woman is trembling violently, but she does not move an inch. Better me than you! Maeve shuts her eyes tightly and clenches her whitening fingers around her dress. With a sonorous roar, the Lacerex swiftly lunges forward, past Maeve's frail figure and toward freedom. Oh well. Well, at least it's free, and now gonna probably have a good life.
I did fine.
Deja book. The Chronicle of Faithful, chapter 0406. What? I am impure, and my body is impure. Vital fluids not my own are stirring within me, as though wood-boring beetles were digging their filthy tunnels through my frame. I must destroy this vice. I must squeeze it out. It is customary to replace an old vessel, and I have replaced my rotten cage with chambers of gold. It is customary to chambers of gold, yet I still feel filthy, for if the contents are spoiled and not merely the shell, then what can be done to achieve redemption? My face is burning, a borrowed face, a weak face. I must take off the fetters of my skin and cleanse its inner side of vice away. Vice, take it away, O Emperor, take it away and give me a new cage.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I don't think that guy is doing well. Judging by the deep scratches, there used to be a makeshift bridge here. If you can put something in its place, you can try to cross to the next roof. There is no doubt that this piece of iron is sturdy enough, but is woefully short for a bridge. The rusted sheet of iron could easily reach the other side of the roof, but is unlikely to hold a person's weight. I could use this one. Or what about this one here? Despite the gaps, the metal lattice looks both sturdy and long enough.
I rise to the occasion.
Of course Pujan can do this. I mean, it's fucking Pujan.
Duty prevails.
Okay, what do I get from here? Ow! Assault armor. Whenever the wearer starts their turn with no enemies in a 3-star radius, they gain 4 MP and don't provoke attacks of opportunity. Plus 10% armor if the rest starts the turn with at least 1 enemy within the 3-star radius. Hey, this seems a bit... seems a bit contradictory. What are you currently wearing? Whenever attack wear against the agility for each MP they have right before this attack. And what does agility do again? Just remind me again. No. This here, agility. High agility allows the character to manipulate delicate explosives with finesse. Improves the character's initiative, dodge, chance, and reaction. Oh, okay, yeah, no, keep that, keep that.
It's about time.
When
Ouchie.
the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
I stand in recognition.
Okay, now I need to heal everyone because I don't want those injuries to become any worse.
Much appreciated.
But I do have like a lot of like medkits, so I really don't mind using these. Climb down.
Matters.
Okay, let me check up here. What is up here? More goods to steal. Oh, look at these hallowed fingerbone charms. Oh. Look around. You could say we're looking outside. Oh, look, the slums. Thank you for your miracle. Without the star's blessing, we are blind. Yay! May your ear forever be merciful to our pleas.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
What the fuck is this? Why are they building like statues out of? What a life on the entire set. Fix the lifter.
Just as I planned.
Lifter?
Success is the only outcome I
This is
accept.
armor of iron will. Metal wear blocks an attack. All adjacent creatures possess a toughness resistance. This is after +1 stack of perplexed. Oh, that is. Ooh. I mean. Well, I lose 4 deflection though. But. Let me box an attack like the perplexed. It was intelligent perception. This is dodge. 30 dodge reduction, 95% to parry, and 4 resolve. Damn, Cassia has 12 resolve. Whenever he hits the character. Wasn't there something? I know where hits an enemy with a melee attack, the word nearest ally against 6 temporary wounds. I'll give this a shot. But him being squishier is a bit concerning, but
Follow my lead.
But it does work really well into his game plan. The tables are overflowing with rare and peculiar food. There is enough of it to easily feed dozens of hungry mouths, but the servants are unlikely to get even a morsel of this feast. Lyre playing servitor, organ grinder servitor, fiddler servitor, drummer servitor, piper servitor. They're barely able to stand. Aye.
A new challenge.
Aye, aye, aye. Aye. Okay, we have to go around. Oh, what is this? Thadua the Scorched. Oh yeah, this thing. Yeah, I remember. It looks like an Iron Maiden. Aye. I'll be telling my grandchildren of this day. You see a man with a cruel grimace on his face and hands disfigured with burn marks. Behind him stands a ghastly-looking mechanism adorned with a polished skull of gigantic proportions. The eye sockets, their edges melted, gaze darkly at the crowd with the promise of inevitable punishment. The man, clearly the executioner, bows his head. The very messages of the sky have come to decide our fate. We are honored, your celestial highness. Who are you? I am Thadua the Scorched, a slaughterman of the 5th generation, and a humble disciple of the Iron Saint you see before you, your celestial highness. Master Thadua knows no mercy, and his hand is unfailingly firm in the sacred cause of administering justice. Maeve is careful to keep her posture straight, but her frightened gaze is deliberately averted from both the executioner and the mechanism behind him. What is that structure? This instrument of punishment is a personification of the great Phasmophorius, the martyred. Fucking words. Who accomplished the legendary feat of slaying 300 heretics. As is glorious tradition, all mutants who affront the Empress's gaze and stain the face of Thessera must enter the saints' iron embrace. Whenever justice is served, hundreds flock to the Phasmophorius, eager to witness the magnificent spectacle. You have just confessed that your semblance of justice serves not as a demonstration of lawful authority and deterrence for subjects, but as entertainment. Who is inside right now? Another heretic who violated the holy laws of Thessera, and since his body is already turning to ash, such will be the fate of his name as well, to be scattered to the winds, that it may never again defile the lips of any who live upon our sacred world. Never again defile the lips. Maeve looks ready to faint. She seems both terrified and nauseated by the sacred rite that has drawn so many onlookers. The law of the Imperium punishes those who deserve it. Was that the last of the curse for the day? That was but one of the first bodies set to stoke the Festival of Warriors. It's going to get a lot busier now. As if to confirm the man's words, the fire-breathing saint expels a puff of acrid smoke. While the guilty are being reduced to ashes, let us meet the next participants in our performance. Okay, on night. Oh, mutants. Two people, or something resembling people, are pushed onto the stage. They are mutants, hideous parodies of humanity, forever tainted by the imperfections of the flesh. One of them is dressed in stained yet expensive clothes. The other wears the tattered uniform of the local guards. Your Celestial Highness, behold, two loathsome heretics who blemish the very face of Thessera with their existence. Thedra chuckles, but his sneer is completely devoid of mirth. The degree of their guilt may vary, but they both deserve to enter the blazing bowels of the Phasmophorius for the worst of their transgressions, distorting the sacred face of humanity. But since fate has graced us with such lofty visitors, I eagerly cede the right to punish these miscreants to you, your Celestial Highness. Contrary to his honeyed words, the executioner's voice betrays his poorly concealed displeasure. Cassia purses her lips and she notices the onlookers staring at her hands, eyes, and neck. Many point their fingers shamelessly in her direction. Others spit at their feet in disgust. Her chin raised high, the Lady Navigator adjusts her forehead adorned with the clawed hands. She squares her shoulders, lets out a breath, and glares at the crowd with condescension. What do you mean by the degree of their guilt may vary? Thedra fixes you with a fanatical stare. One of them, despite being one of the highest lords of Thessera, spat on our world's customs and refusing to alter his destiny. The other did change his fate, even though he was just a lowborn wallowing in the mud. What are the legs named that I just hear? Solomon raises his voice slightly, indicating that the usually impassive arbiter is profoundly indignant. I normally have no trouble passing judgment, but in this case, I don't even know where to start. That was the opulently dressed merchant's crime. Ah, a rotten stain upon the noble families. He was hiding in his manner to conceal his deformities, but had trouble keeping his mouth shut. He spread corruption among the minds of courtiers, cast aspirations on the traditions of this world, was insolent, swore profanely. Luckily, he has no heirs, and today this accursed bloodline shall be put to the test, put to rest once and for all. The richly garbled mutant moans something. You notice stitches on his disfigured face. The zealous servants were evidently in a hurry to silence the condemned man early and sewed his twisted mouth shut. What a monstrous cruelty to sew a man's mouth shut. Take those stitches out immediately. Come on. Eager to please you, Thedra carries out the order, but his work is far from gentle. The condemned man groans and chokes in pain as the executioner pulls the threads from his flesh. With his mouth oozing blood, the mutant is unlikely to say much more. What did a mutant in a guard's uniform do? A thief, a brigand, and a murderer. There is no way to list all the crimes upon this freak's conscience. However, his willingness to change his destiny against all odds merits this mutant at least some honor. Despite his feeble-mindedness and simplicity, he had enough sense to obscure his countenance with hoods and helmets until he made his way from beggar to guard. It was not long before his excessive passion for fighting and stabbing gave him away. The mutant utters a foul curse under his breath, then immediately gives you a frightened look and falls silent. The mere sight of the Celestial Lord seems to instill reverent awe in the common denizens of Thessera. You praised the low-born mutant despite the vicious acts he has committed? They are both mutants and have thereby violated his law. Yet, when one finds a spark of nobility in an abject commoner, one cannot help but feel a grain of respect for them. This heretic may be of low birth, but he does not flout the values of Thessera the way the nobleman does, and thus honors the traditions in his will. Born into the rabble, he applied all his abilities and skills, defied the restraints placed upon him, and crushed those who stood in his path, all in order to forge a new destiny for himself. Forge a new destiny? Solomon repeats slowly with an undertone of utter disbelief at what he's hearing. Even you, a degenerate, should know that my man is bound to serve the God Emperor's plan from birth, and that any attempt to change that is a violation of his will. Well, Maeve, what do you say? Which of them deserves to die? Maeve's gaze darts fearfully around to visibly avoid the doomed mutants on the platform. I am of too low birth to take on the burden of being a judge, my celestial lord. I'm ready to announce my decision. The word of the distinguished guest is law. We are all trembling with anticipation. Maeve seems to have reined in the emotions that were overtaking her, and she casts a timid glance at you as she awaits the verdict. The mutant commoner must settle the furnace. No one has said with you. Let them both go. Burn, let them both go. No, let them both go. Just let them go. Just let them go. Nobleman is set free. I mean, one of them liked to fight a lot, but he did become a guard, and the other guy did try to continue doing his thing, but he was just a dude. You know what? Let's do the wrong choice. Let them both go. The excitement at Tadua's eyes fades away. A merciful decision, your celestial highness. Savor the gift of freedom bestowed on us by the holder of the key to all destinies and by his messenger. Begone, you disgusting spawn.
Ooh, what clamor! I'll wager they heard the sound of the poor slaughterman's heart breaking all the way at the other end of Tessera.
And now, my favorite word. Next! I mean, burning them just like a pale, bony creature, barely able to move its legs, enters the stage. In place of a mask, it turns a horrific medley of features toward the world. This ugliness, however, is nothing like that of the previous convicts. The thin, squeamishly twisted mouth is fused to the cheekbones. Malicious eyes peer into the crowd from under hideous folds of skin. The face of this heretic appears to have melted and congealed. What happened to his face? Is he another mutant? The Syrian fever. You need not worry, your celestial highness. It is contagious. What is this heretic guilty of? The execution doesn't end right away, but makes you wait for a second. His crime is more grievous than any the scaffold has ever seen. He was granted a new destiny, but chose to defy it. He turned away the greatest gift that can be offered to loyal sons and daughters of Tessera. The wretched man's gaze drifts over the crowd until his piercing eyes meet yours. His head twitches, his face contorting in a monstrous grimace. Shut up before it gets in! He whispers in a sudden frenzy. I won't give up, I won't.
Oh, no. We didn't come here for you to stay quiet. Squeal now, and squeal louder.
The crowd takes up the fool's outburst and begins demanding more screams. Where is the blasted court fool? You glance at the crowd and suddenly see the fool, prancing and fitting among the Gorkas, clearly trying not to be spotted by you. Shoot blood for his instance. Just boom. I have thought of a better entertainment. Forget the execution. Never makes me the fool who received the honor of kissing the celestials. You need not hide yourselves so careful and not want to punish a born fool. You need not hide yourself so carefully. I don't want to punish a born fool. Laughter bubbles up from the crowd. The audience appreciates your gracious yet mocking remark. The fool makes an angry sound and flees to the cackling of bystanders. Thank you, my celestial lord. Maeve's voice is barely audible. She smiles at you in a small, sad way. So, what did this guy do wrong? So he's just, like... It turned away the greatest gift can be offered to the loyal sons and daughters of Tessera. Let's see, we go. I mean, this guy seems to... let him go. As Theodore opens his mouth to say something, the convict takes a step on his clumsy, spindly legs, and then another one. The face! Pretty, strong, shining. The gnawed claw points directly at you. Give it here! Give it to me now instead of the one I bear. Take mine. It's not mine. Take it! Take it! The madman raises his crooked fingers to his face and sinks his nails into its sagging flesh. Shrieking with what sounds like relief, he tears off a piece of his cheek, then another, and then one more. Falling to his knees, he frantically scratches his own eyes out, smearing blood and clear ichor across his face before collapsing dead on the platform. A sudden rumble draws your attention. Like a rockfall tumbling down the slope, the thudding of feet and mad screams overwhelm you. After a moment, you see the source of the commotion. A throng of mutants is charging straight at you. Ah. Well, I suppose that's what I get for not wanting to kill them. I should have probably just actually killed them. So the only cover I have is like this here, okay? I mean, I can send Pujan to the right here, and then... Yeah, you over here. Abelard is gonna be able to handle that. Then, there's just Cassia over here. Solomorn... I mean, I can send Solomorn to the right as well, you know. Don't see the issue with that. And then Lysandra here. I mean, where's more enemies? There's more enemies over here, so... Lysandra over here, and then Argenta over here. I actually don't have Cassia here in the center. Okay, I mean, I could start with a grenade. Wait, how high is the range if I... Yeah, no, okay. We should probably use this then. Why are they like glowing? Syrian buboes, mutation, Thessarian fever. This creature's flesh sparkles with the Thessarian dust, increasing its strength by 25. When this creature dies, the Thessarian transforms its concentrated emotions into warp energy. Oh, warp energy. Yay, warp energy. 17 momentum. Okay. Stacks of zeal. Why wouldn't I use that as a first thing?
As the Emperor commands, I act. I refuse.
Okay, and then, yeah, shoot these guys. Well, I was kind of hoping for a bit more there, Argenta, but it's okay. Then, I shoot this guy. Boom. Bleeding and despicable targets creature being attacked by my Historian Priest. When used for one round, the estimate time commander their allies do not suffer damage from allied attacks. They 24% more damage. Okay. Okay. Use more damage. More damage, always good. Okay, Solomon. What do we have? Dreadmonger, modified crack grenade. And just a regular crack grenade. Well, that's what I get for trying to save these guys. I wanted to be nice, and yeah. Protect, let's see, protect Pujan.
Undertaking this task.
Plato, where are you going? Oh, okay, yep, sure, that works. Which one was this one? Fulminating shot. Yeah, this one deals more damage. Yeah, this one deals more damage, while this one... But if I move him here and shoot like this, yeah, one big debuff. Okay, all of them are now debuffed. Dodge, parry, and block targets for one round. Yep, and then we do a regular shot. Oh yeah, they have this thing. Yeah, shit. Also, pet target creature they just almost pass G resistance as before penalty. Or for someone in Solomon ends his turn. One's tracking. Each still driven by 7 Mastiff. You know, I don't know what else to do. Just get this. Okay, do you knights just not want to move forward a tiny bit, or? Nah, they're just like, nah, man, let you know the celestial being, you know. Solomon, you're kind of not that good. Ow. Yep, Solomorn is down. Solomorn is very useful. Ow. Okay,
It's as good as done.
move you over there. Then have this. Should be able to see it from here, yeah. Sensory deprivation. And then this as well. This should give them like weird individual. There was something. Oh wait, the ones that are in Lysandre's line of sight have worse resistance tests. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Who, if not me?
I mean, is there anything else I can do right now with Lysandra? I mean, I can do
I'll
this.
see to it personally.
Okay, Pujan is already a bit low.
Already done.
I mean, yeah, you can focus on this one, but if these guys are going to get close again, can all of them just explode? Adjacent festering sores. When this creature dies, it blisters pop, scattering blood on adjacent enemies. The affected enemies have 1 stack of unbearable itch. Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, this guy's on the floor. Might as well hit him. Can I move him?
Not a problem for me.
Oh, Pujan is fairly low, and I don't like that. I mean, the guy's on the floor, so let me just push him away. Just fuck off. Okay, or we just kill him. You know, that works as well. Not what I intended, but that works as well. Yep, sure. Oh, and he parried back. Sparta! Oh, you really want to kill Glato, huh? Glato, you have to fight back, Glato. You know, Glato, you have to fight back.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Glato, you have to fight back. Glato, you are allowed to, you know, you. Kinda gotta burn this guy. Can I do one more attack per chance? No, I can't. Let me at least buff up the next attack. 23 stacks. Stay my guys! Stay my guys! Yeah, sure, let's try to keep this guy. Is he immobilized? No, he just took damage. Let me at least get these guys, like, debuffed.
Who thought that
Bonk.
was a good idea?
Nah, you ain't kicking that guy, bro. So, first off,
I will do my duty.
can Argenta do anything right now? I don't think she can, no. Okay.
Rejoice in battle.
Let me at least move Argenta over here. Then I think you actually need to heal yourself with this.
At its finest.
Additional deflection. Force distraction. Walls of a rock crate. How many temporary ones are there? 4 entire, like, oi. 4, oi, oi, oi. Oh, I parried it. Solomon. Rotten mutant.
My ears are ringing.
Toxic spittle.
Quick, quick.
Poison saliva. Suffer 5 toxic damage and 15 toxin.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
They really want to kill poor Abelard. Yeah, but you're burning. Oh fuck, they have grenades. Fuck it. No, Glato. You need to be useful, Glato. I mean, my last attack was a single burst attack, so... Oh, this is gonna be beautiful for Argenta. Oh, Argenta is gonna have a field day with this. I already have this one, right? Yeah, okay. Then, in that case, turn on wildfire as well. And just let her have
As
fun.
the Emperor commands. Right is a prayer.
Jesus Christ, she deals so much damage. And, yep, give me the buff. Always give me the buff. Do more ballistic, so critical damage and critical hit chance. Yep. And I'll now shoot this guy, like this woman.
Emperor.
She's bleeding. Oh, what? The guy is stunned. How are you guys able to hit him? No life ping, monster. Did I not do a life ping? Did I forget to do the life ping? Oh fuck, yeah, I forgot to do the life ping, sorry. Oh fuck, yeah, I completely forgot the life ping. Bruh, I'm stupid, thank you. This is why I usually have my bot, but I don't have a server in the basement. I'm gonna have to take care of that at one point. Yeah, sorry about that. I am what the youngsters call fucking stupid.
I'll make it happen.
Sorry, Titanium Sword, sorry, my bad. Ugh. I completely forgot about that. My apologies. Ay, ay, ay.
As good as done.
Ay, ay, ay. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing a-okay on this Saturday. These guys are, I mean, Mind Bond,
I'll
sure.
make it happen.
Mind Bond on Pujan. Yeah,
I'll
sure,
teach you a
Purification
personal.
Discharge. How many stacks do you have? How many stacks do you have? None. How many stacks do you have? None. Okay. So there is nothing I can do with Lysandra right now, other than, yeah, dominate.
I'll make it happen.
Okay, Sullen Mutant. What do the Sullen Mutants do when they explode? Oh yeah, they give the Unbearable Itch debuff. Unbearableitch.io.
All too easy.
Toxin. Yes, I feel I have Toxin. Plus 1 deflection. So how much deflection does Puja now have? 7 deflection. Oi, oi, oi.
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
I mean, if I push him away... Can I even push him
Nothing I
away?
can't do.
I mean, you're not so... Yeah, there's no one suffering from anything near Pujan, so
Suit my
just...
purposes.
Boom.
Stand a chance.
And I hit myself. Bonk.
Would have been disciplined for such a performance.
There goes your armor. Oh, you're kicking him! Come on, Glato! 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 Yeah, I mean, these guys have already debuffed, so I don't think I need to really debuff these guys.
Me? If you insist,
Confer to
Lord
give
Captain.
Pujan some
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
buffs, and now he can charge, right? Yeah, and I can save Glato. Yeah, and we're dealing damage to everyone because Pujan is just Pujan. Because of the augments.
I am a navigator,
Buff
not a
Pujan.
servitor.
Always buff Pujan. And sure, give Pujan more damage. There we go, and we can do
Isn't
do
this
this
a
on
job
that
for
guy
the
back there
serfs?
so he's immobilized. Did he just not take damage? Sensor deprivation, immobilized, blinded, dominated. Oh, this guy is going through it all. This is what I like about the Cyber Raven. I like the way I have Lysandra. Like she's one big debuff machine. Oh, they're all parrying. Ah, but you can't parry this. Ow!
Just a minor setback.
Abelard. God damn it. Okay, Abelard, you do this. And then taunting scream. I think the heretics might be onto something. Banned. 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 How dare you say these things, Farpath? Depending, what do you think?
I can't stand it.
I can't stand it, mate. What do you think, Fartbath? You might not give in to to heresy, would you? Exclamation mark Sisyphus. You know what? I had it.
God Emperor, move through me.
I love that so much. You don't understand how much I love that copy pasta. You know what? I had it. I'm done with this stream. I wanted to watch P2 again.
I act.
But I think the last thing I did was an area attack. So I technically had... Wait, no, I think I did a singular attack. So... Okay, at least those guys are on the floor. Now I just killed this guy. Boom. Wait, what do you mean you live? What do you mean you live? B3 room visiting. P3 will be very interesting and will be the bane of me because I will have to play that and I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna suffer so much and I'm gonna enjoy it. Okay, now everybody has the debuff. Okay, Lysandra, what can I do with you? I mean, just continue blinding them all. God Emperor is a cool guy, but in an orky way. I think I can walk know what they doing. So if I do this, yeah, actually I want to do that. I've never done this one. So if I now do this one, all of the enemies like can. Whoa! Oh, that's really cool. Now if I do dominate, I'll gain more debuffs, and now I can do this one as well. Some regarding MatPat analyzing something frame by frame. Oh god. You know what I find really interesting though, now that I think about it? Undertale was 2017, we got Deltarune 2 years later. I could have sworn it's been several years, but no, it's only been 2. Then we got Deltarune. Like it felt so long between like Undertale and Deltarune, but no, it was only 2 years. It's fucking crazy.
Nothing I can't do.
Pain Resonance, and now fuck this guy. Almost killing Glato. 2015. Wait, what was it? 2015? Hold on. Hold on. Undertale. Yeah, just Undertale. Okay, no, Undertale was 2017. I think Deltarune was 2017, right? No, 2018. I guess it was 2018. Well, still, 3 years. My point sort of stands. Like, it's only been 3 years, and, you know, it's like, it's a bit wild, in my opinion, if you think about it. Like, only 3 years. Like, fucking wild.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Something very important in memes. Is it a summary of my life?
Hey buddy, I think you got the wrong door. The leather club's 2 blocks down.
What you see? Fuck you.
Like, can you guys even hear it? You should be because of this comment. I can't show this on stream, but the audio I can share. The audio is as safe as Gachi can be, let's put it that way.
Emperor, give me strength.
It's as safe as Gachi can be, that's how much I can say. Which, I mean, to be fair, I don't think that really means much, but... Was the art stare? It's not that bad. Okay, it's not bad, but it's not that bad.
I'll show you why navigators are feared.
Already done.
Oh, we're killing our allies. I killed myself in game. And there's nothing else I can do with Pujan. That was a waste of heroic power.
Who thought that was a good idea? Reduce to dust.
Good one. I mean, this guy's on the floor, so... Abelard just bonk.
Follow my
And
lead.
Abelard, you move over here. And then
Victory is imminent.
deflection. Something is wrong with Abelard. His face is kind of glowing. Toughness is reduced by 5. Ooh. Yeah, that's lots of unbearable itching. Mad
It
do
will be done.
this. And then Wall of Rockcrete.
Indeed.
Like the second this guy stands up, he's gonna just like fucking get like fucking mauled. Observe the execution. Well, it certainly was an execution for sure. Your Celestial Highness, apologies for my late arrival. I wasted a great deal of time in idle squabbles with that oaf of a treasurer as he was looking for the shipment chronicle. I only heard about the attack after it had already begun, and the elevator might as well not have been moving at all. It was so slow. Gachi is fine and for cool people. You're cool, Titanium said right of you. Exactly, Gachi is cool. Gachi is for like-minded and good people, you know? I just noticed I don't have the YouTube chat open again. Like, Gachi is, well... Gachi's good, yes. You're cool, Titanium Sword, so yeah, Fart F is correct. It should be right up your alley. The treasure, the elevator. Who are you going to blame next, Governor? Are you the ruler of this world or a casual onlooker? You will take measures immediately and restore order, or I will conclude that you are sabotaging the rogue traders' visit, either by intent or simply due to your own ineptness. The governor babbles in fear. I never thought... The culprits, of course. The culprits were faced execution post haste, my celestial lord. Survey the square. An oppressive silence hangs over the previously bustling plaza. The people are taking in the carnage, clearly avoiding looking at you, but still catching your every word. You notice Maeve standing nearby, gazing around her with horror in her eyes. Find those responsible and bring them to me. The condemned mutants broke loose and attacked the townsfolk. It's been a long, long time since anything like that happened, Your Celestial Highness. They must have sniffed out that today is a special day. The executioner's lip curls, split by a blow during the fight. The commander was responsible for guarding them. He got careless. His armor rattling, when one of the knights steps forward. I'm Lucra, commander of the fortress. I can attest that the ungodly mutants were restrained properly. It's the Phasmophorius. The smoke whipped the brutes into a frenzy. I have no word for the type you want to be one facing execution. So it's either the commander or executioner, is it? And I shall now make my decision. My celestial lord, I swear on my life that my knights and I did everything we could to keep you safe. Who could have foreseen that the Phasmophorius, after gorging itself on miscreants, would start driving the mutants mad with its smoke? Lies. The Phasmophorius does not taunt heretics, it fills them with horror. To shift the blame for your own failure into a sacred weapon of justice is a heinous crime in and of itself. I mean, given that one of the knights was mutated and a hydration, more Pepsi, yay. The commander is guilty. Solomon carry out the sentence. The executioner is to blame for what has transpired. Solomon enact the will of justice. There has been enough death and war and no executions. Perhaps the Celestial Lord will be willing to show mercy if the guilt worms begged for it at its feet. I mean, this is a fire thing. And this hasn't happened in a long time, he said. Contested ungodly mutants were restrained properly. It's a phasmophoric to smoke whipped the brutes into a frenzy. Condemned mutants broke loose and attacked the towns. That has been a long time. I mean... I mean, given one of the guards was the one, like, who was mutated, I'm willing to actually think it might actually be the guy, like, who... Like, but... I mean, then again, it was like otherworldly, like sudden strength that would manage to do this, so... The execution is to blame for what has transpired. Some more enact the will of justice. There has been enough death. I will order no executions. I mean, we did have a concentration here because of this. Like, we had a very big concentrations of mutants here because of the Phasmophorium. You know what? I hate Thaddeus. Fuck you. Boom. There is no change in Solomon's expression as he performs the execution. Thaddeus at the scorch expires without making a sound. You are our savior today, your celestial highness. And in gratitude, please accept this personalized sword from my treasury. Fatebringer once decided the outcome of one of our feuds. It killed a rebel leader, and peace has reigned on the planet ever since. Okay, the wielder of the sword ignored the targets as armor. It's also antique, so... Solomon, make note of this attempted bribery. I have no need for your gifts rule, though. Yeah, I have no need for this, like, come on. Done. Continue in this vein, Governor, and your punishment won't be long in coming. Emperor, forfend that I tried to bribe your celestial highness. The thought never even occurred to me. Forgive me most graciously. The governor bows at your feet. What's Maeve doing? Having dusted herself off and reassumed a proper bearing, Maeve stares off into space. Despite the shock, lips are pressed together firmly and her back is impeccably straight. It appears your celebration is over, Governor. Not in the least. I will not let some beasts ruin everything we have worked so hard to prepare. I suggest we distance ourselves from this place and return to our corner of revelry and peace. By your leave, I will be waiting for you at the head table, Oh God, Emperor, give me strength. Swallowing noisily, the governor hurriedly reports a scene of slaughter. It amazes me that that idiot just underpaid the tithe and did not somehow lose the whole planet as well. Solomon pauses, pensively watching the governor leave. Fine, a feast it is. I'm sick of the stench of burnt meat. Let's try a change of scenery. Her face pale, Maeve raises a hand. My celestial lord is only a few steps away. The noble lords are already lifting their glasses in the Savior's honor, awaiting your arrival. Shall we proceed? Not yet, not yet, not yet. I want to take a look around. I wish to take a look around. Hey, Alessandra, there's a thing
That's
here.
how it's done.
Okay, there's some goods over there as well. Hey, Glato, there's something here. Yay, a chest. Yay, chest. Ooh. Radiant shield. Whenever the wearer blocks an attack, the attacker must pass an agility resistance test, become blinded for 1 round. Ooh. That might actually be good for homie here, like Abby. I mean, I lose 1 deflection and 10% parry. I mean, I'm at 95% and it would go down, but I would lose 1 deflection. Can't play fighting games in fucking my weak mind. No, you have to stay. You have to imagine Fart Bath happy. You have to imagine yourself happy for when you do get to play it. You're gonna be happy. Just you have to imagine the Fart Bath happy. Just imagine the Fart Bath happy. Become blinded. Blinded. Minus 30 ballistic skill and weapon skill and to dodge and parry. I mean, it's already at 94%, and all I'm gonna get is like, yeah, no, that's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine with this. Just imagine when you are going to, like, when you're going to, play fighting games again, you're gonna be happy. So just imagine the fart bath happy. You're gonna be playing it again. You're gonna play Street Fighter Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and you're going to beat some poor sods just trying the game. You're gonna have fun again. You're gonna have fun. Trust. 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 And maybe at one point you can also beat me in Skullgirls, assuming you have that game. You probably do have it, right? The enormous gate is locked fast. Then let me fucking in!
None shall stand in my way.
I've had Skullgirls since its release. Ah, okay. Then, yeah, I mean... Tav risks the sculptor. The sculptor's mechanical hands crawl over the rough stone, their many-jointed metal fingers remaining in constant motion. Even now you recognize your own features in the unfinished piece. It seems someone commissioned a statue of you the moment you set foot on the planet. The old man turns his wrinkled face to you, and you see crystals where his eyes should be. Is my celestial lord here to gaze upon his destiny? Alas, my creation is not yet complete. Who are you? A humble creator, the governess's first sculptor, Tavrisk, who has the honor of shaping the destinies of others, but not his own. Tavrisk, the sculptor, turns his head to you, but you see no pupils in his crystal ocular augmentics. Look here and tell me about this material you're working with. This is the Certium, a fascinating stone born from the bowels of this planet. Like any other kind, it bends and melts beneath the sculptors' tools, but for the sculpture to come to life in earnest, they must put their very soul into it. One of his hands emerges from behind the statue and gently touches his head, seemingly of its own volition. The soul, however, obtains calluses the more the sculptor works, and mine has long since become covered in scabs. I don't quite understand. Are you a psyker? My Lord Governor calls me a foreteller and creator, others a wicked sorcerer. But there is no cause for concern. My abilities are sanctioned, and I am pure before the Empress's celestial eye. He is a psyker. He gestures at the tubes on the back of his head, as if to prove the truth of his words. Hand augmenting are most impressive. Such implants are impossible to combine in a feudal world. Where are you from? Lord Rualdo had my limbs replaced before he took me from my home planet. It was so long ago, I had since forgotten what my land is like to the touch. The sculptor's mechanical arms are pierced by sticky tubes, and the elbow joints have all but worn down. It must have been a decade since these implants were last serviced. Such neglect often poses a serious threat to the person's life, and yet the old man's skin looks relatively healthy in the spots where flesh and metal meet. This man appears to belong to a rare variety of psychers, biomancers capable of recovering even from otherwise deadly wounds and diseases. Did you capture the governess's destiny in sculpture too? His mouth stretches into a cryptic smile. I have made thousands of statues for Rualdo, but Thesaurus' stoneflesh can never seem to sate his great ambitions. I'm here to look at the sculpture. What has my destiny got to do with it? When I sculpt, Your Celestial Highness, I see peoples as destinies in the forms I create. The visions that come to me shape not only the stone, but the person's fate as well. Your image was indistinct when it appeared before me, and my work is not yet done. What do you wish to behold? The glorious deeds of my future, or that I'm accomplishing in the present? Yeah, the second one. The sculptor's hands scuttle over the stone like huge metal spiders. His sightless gaze perceives exactly those details of your appearance that you are proud of the most. Your destiny will soon be complete, my lord. I will have it delivered to your celestial vessel. Marish Pujanovsky has gained the glories of far effect, duration permanent. Your very life's path has been carved into stone, one who lives in the present but has no reason to fear the future. But sooner or later, the future catches up with everyone. Increases the character's fellowship until the end of the mission on Thessera. Maeve, bring me a crumb of vermisac, and make sure it's filled to the brim. Comes an unexpected order from Solomorn. It will be done, my lord Judicator. Okay, Solomorn wanting to drink. Solomon waits until Maeve is some distance away, then turns to you. I wanted to talk to you about the observer they have attached to us overhearing. He casts a sweeping glance around the courtyard and lowers his voice.
Do you get the sense that what is happening raises questions that lack coherent answers? Do not forget that Thessarians have been nothing but cordial to us to farm easy as well on account of certain unusual if you have any suspicions about the Thessarians, but I have not taken any action so far. I have been gathering information. Taking any steps before doing that would have been reckless. Now is the time to coordinate our actions and discuss the risks, which are high considering we are both outnumbered in an unknown territory. I'm uneasy myself. Which ones in particular? The governor has a strange behavior, the remarkably lavish gift, the change in personality, and all of that just before our arrival. The governor barely manages to stay in his saddle, which is odd for a local nobleman. Like, a lot of these. I do not like the way the governor is using every means possible to star our inquiry into the tithe. The fact that there was a mutant attack during a public execution with no clear or evident cause. The attack is unlikely to have been planned. It looked too messy, shall we say. On the other hand, perhaps that's the best this backwater plant can do when it comes to plotting and scheming. The governor has a strange behavior. You are not wrong. In particular, I would like to know the governor granting preferential treatment to our attendant. Perhaps he needs her unconditional trust to ensure that she does something, or, on the contrary, remains uninvolved at just the right moment. Governor Billy manages to stay in his saddle. Not too odd considering Rule loses ravenous fondness for food and Amisak, but an astute observation nonetheless. Remember the last mutant from public execution? Something was all off about him. It wasn't just a physical deformity. Yes, mutation is a corruption that seldom leaves a person with a sound mind, but what the madman spouted on the scaffold and what he had done to himself was beyond the pale. Yeah, the thing with the like take his face, like the mutant who has caused veil degradation, which means that there's chaos abound, of course. And it very much seems to be that, taking the face, which seems to be a thing of the nobility, and homie here has told everyone to also do it, that it has to be done. Local beliefs. What is the try about altering your destiny? The God Emperor alone knows how many different cults of him there are. Not two planets worship him in quite the same way, but only a heretic would wax poetic about altering a fate that was ordained by the Emperor once and for all. Have you seen the writing of the Madman Fault, the Chronicle of Fates? It is a lunacy bordering on heresy. Not bordering. They are heresy writ large. But that is not what troubles me. What troubles me is that the Madman succeeded in publishing them. I don't like how the governor is delaying everything. Indeed, at first one could mistake it for sycophancy and attempt to appease the celestial guest, but the longer it goes on, the more apparent the criminal intent behind the stalling of the inevitable becomes. So what's your conclusion? I have a theory, but I would hear yours first, as my opinions influence your reasoning. The Thessarians have failed to gather the tithe, and I know the strangers of smoke and mirror. Nah, that's too obvious. We're being led into a trap of some sort. I would wager this is a cult. The predicaments I get usually involve a cult of some description. The theory is not what they're making it out to be. Not a feudal world of a primitive populace, but a forge world, whereas an industrial one. The point of the deception is to pay a smaller tithe. There is something in Thessaria's atmosphere that alters the human brain. Sooner or later, it becomes a clumsy idiot. The very first one? No, that's... A trap? The trap also, but yeah, I have a feeling this is about the cult, specifically because of the face thing. Yeah, I think there is a cult abound. Heretical cults are not the only threat by far, but there is enough heresy on Thessaria either way. My hypothesis that is not about the tithe. That is merely a pretext to keep us here long enough. But what for? We should play along for now. Let him think we've taken the bait while we wait for an opportunity to seize control of the situation. For that, we need to agree on a signal to launch a coordinated attack. When I say lovely weather we attack, my words will be the Emperor knows. I will shout, attack! I will take a drag or an Eho stick. There will be a signal to strike. Now I'll take an Eho stick, like just let me smoke. Understood. Pujan schmunk. So, Pujan do a schmunk. Maeve returns, taking a quick, careful steps along the paved road, a brimming goblet in her hands. Your Amisak, my lord. I haven't spilt a drop. Without a word, the arbitrator holds the drink on the pavement. The splash of Amisak is like a scarlet wound upon the stone that has been polished by 1,000 souls. Oh. He didn't even want it, he just goes, that's right. So I have to go this way. Gotta. The governor's hand reaches for the amasak, but flinches under your gaze, and abruptly changes trajectory towards the appetizers.
Today is a very nervous day, Your Celestial Highness, and when I feel nervous, I eat, and drink, and eat again. That is just the way I am. But, Emperor, have mercy, the food today is to die for. You'd like to have some? I recommend you try the fried alecdone, whose horns were still goring the hunters just the other day. And here we have some five-tailed shrimp pureuses and stewed black-eye sauce. These fellows need to be eaten quickly before they scurry off the plate. As for the side dishes, you simply must have a taste of these crispy blabberate shells seasoned with blue glut. This spice scorches your tongue, but follow it with some amasak and it will feel like the waters of life itself.
Attack the giant alecdone ham, vanquish the 5 timber. Defeat the blabberate shells with a blue gut. You pop a fried rabbit shell into your mouth. First one, and then another, and another. The blue glut stings your tongue and throat, but Mariusz Bujanowski from Valencias is made of sterner stuff. Then all these milk sops, eventually... And as Puja just like, oh, you need to be very careful, and Puja just like fucking toilet just Eventually, you crush the lost blabberate between your jaws before wiping a napkin over your chin and tossing it victoriously onto the table. You have guts of iron. You have managed to keep a stony face while donning an entire dish of hot blabberates, a show of steel-hard composure. Increases the character's intelligence and willpower in the next combat. This is a one-time bonus to disappear after the combat ends. Aww.
Incredible, but how? How did you accomplish it? My fellow revelers, let us raise our cups to an unbreakable strength of the God Empress's emissary.
The entire Thessarian nobility lift their golden goblets in your honor. Well, attack that fucking ham. You sink your teeth into the greasy morsel and deftly nibble it to the bone in front of the entire court, which watches you with morbid fascination. Carnivore to the core. Now that you have prevailed over a giant leg of alecdone, is there any obstacle you cannot surmount? Increases the character's strength and toughness in the next combat.
Magnificent! Not even the rock serpent head that recently ate our cobbler could match you. Unlike your Celestial Highness, it's been 5 entire suns chewing through him.
Bring it to 5 dish repair. 30%. Fuck it. Try to eat the fucking shrimp.
Puja just like...
Like there's those little bugs. Just fucking hit it. There's that big ass ham. There's some shrimp that are trying to leave. Just... Deftly wielding a set of forks and knives, you cut off the Shrimperius's escape route. At last, all 5 of its tails are pinned to the table with golden prongs, and the 6th fork delivers the final blow, allowing you to send the exquisite meal into your mouth. Nimble hands. You have bested the Shrimperius in a battle of agility. And we have agility and perception bonus.
Only 3 people have managed... Only 3 people have managed to conquer the Shrimperius tonight, and all of them are inferior to you in the sophistication and speed of their forkcraft.
The governor hurriedly toasts you, spilling his drink in the process. Then we have had some refreshments. Let's talk.
Verily, your Celestial Highness.
He reaches his ring-studded hand for a goblet, but stops at the sound of Mavis's voice. My lord, remember what the physician told you. Temperance is the best cure for your ailments. I fear that you have disobeyed his wishes again today.
And now I'm paying for it with a compromised sense of balance and regrettable inability to admire the disguised imposters. And the hunters are already in full swing.
Someone leans over to you. Rogue traitor, once you've had your fill of the governor, let's ask him a few questions. What is this hunt you've mentioned?
Rudol waves a hand at me. Be a darling and tell our guests about our amusements. I'm a little exhausted.
Of course, my lord. The imposter hunt takes place every... Fucking Amogus. The fucking imposter hunt. Yeah, just play fucking Amogus. Fucking Amogus IRL. Shortly before the event, the servants are thoroughly cleansed of dirt and foulness, combed, dressed in expensive clothing and masks, and invited into the courtyard with the rest of the guests. Then we put them into advanced armor of foreign origin and tell them to do certain tasks that involve repairing, cleaning utensils, and writing down correct codes. And then we all yell, "Impostor Amogus!" And then we have the nobles hide their faces as well, and then they try to guess who the impostors. Telling one from the other is quite a challenge sometimes. The governor suddenly perks up again.
And that is the best part. I highly recommend you try, Your Celestial Highness. It makes for a very interesting change of pace. And on this occasion, the privilege of branding, if you will, falls entirely to you, our celestial guest.
Suppose I found all the Susus Amoguses. I'm going to post Amogus stick. Fear the man who can post a Mogus stick. Suppose I found all the imposters. What happens next? Maeve produces a shimmering slate featuring a string of fine inscriptions. This is a data brand, one of our off-world treasures. We handle it with the greatest care, and yet all of Thesaurus' jewels and miracles cannot compare to the resplendence of your glory, my celestial lord. When you find an impostor, you need only mark them with this wondrous brand. And at the end of the hunt, we hold a great feast. If you guess at least one of the impostors, you will also win a fine prize. If you guess all four, there will be an even more special reward. I remember at one of the hunts, a servant played the role of a baron so well that all the lords unanimously granted him favor and let him keep the title and privileges of nobility. Such a thing rarely happens, but who knows what the evening will bring, for tonight it is you who will determine the worthy, my celestial lord. Did someone just admit that there is a masquerading rebel among the Thessarian nobles? Illiterate, with no idea how to collect tithes or... By the throne, that actually explains so much. The proctor scoffs and glances at enthusiastic guests. Go ahead, governor. Commence your charade. The sooner we start, the sooner we finish. The governor lets out an audible gulp.
It shall be done, Master Judicator.
How does one find an impostor in the crowd? By the way they talk, by their lack of restraint. The unfamiliar delicacies overwhelm them so much they lose control. Imposters are often scared of the responsibility that has fallen on their weak shoulders, and they try to stay close to the real nobles and imitate their rarefied manners. During the hunt, it is most worthwhile to pay attention to separate groups where conversation has already started. A frightened imposter will usually try to hide behind the other people's backs. That's all I know, Celestial Lord. I wish to move on this into the type. I have neither the time or inclination to entertain your rabble. The type governor, Solomon, you may ask the governor your questions.
If I can amuse the esteemed Judicator with conversation, I'll only be too glad to.
But of course, I have always wanted to try my hand at casual small talk. Solomon folds his arms imperiously over his chest, somehow becoming even taller in stature and broader in the shoulders. Tell me about the Laceraxes, governor. Such fascinating creatures. Where did you get them from?
I cannot tell you off the top of my head. Are there not many planets that have Laceraxes? I received these beasts a long time ago as a gift.
It is well known the Laceraxes can only be found on Janus, and it's also suspicious it was a long time ago. The Laceraxes didn't live that long. It is only well known that they're found on Janus. Governor throws up his hand.
Can't I? And I was sure they were a common beastie. I might have embarrassed myself there, but I would be glad to talk about something else.
Do not judge me harshly. I'm just trying to get into the festive mood as best as I can. We can certainly change the subject. I would like to know that I find your youth extending face transplant procedure amazing. Does that therapist possess any other unique knowledge or items brought over from your homeworld? What is that word called, by the way?
My naive Edex. Unfortunately, I have not introduced much from it beyond the art of changing faces, but perhaps the Celestial Lord has taken a liking to some of the Thesaurus' original creations. You cannot pronounce the name of your whole word, really. Wink at Solomon and take combat from your ear. I was presented with this pearl that whispers great secrets and mysteries. What a marvel! I was told it is an artifact from Idax. Oh yes, the famous Edexian pearls of revelation. I often use them myself to keep my mind receptive to new ideas. I was interested in the musical servitors. They can only have been brought to you by the Crimson Priests, correct? Can you tell me why they visited the planet? I think they were the Red Robes who arrived to celebrate the ascendance of new governor. But that's me. Roldos's wistful gaze follows a Shrimperius fleeing the table. He answers a rather wretched and tentative Roldo, almost as if he were merely a chance passerby, not the governor. I would servants of the Omnissiah care who had taken the throne of a technologically underdeveloped world. Yeah. The governor shrugs helplessly. I was too overjoyed at their appearance to ask. A gesture of deference, I suppose. Who can even understand those mysterious Crimson Priests? Indeed, the priests are famous for having many vocations outside of pursuing technology and discovering new knowledge, like musics and visits of courtesy. Thank you for the conversation, Governor. I have learned everything I wanted to know. Glance indifferently at the governor and roll your eye. Let the orchestra be silent. Let the servitors keep playing. I mean, I could be in the... Is it even a good idea if I do this? I mean, Solomon said I should be continuing the thing, but there is no... Eho stick. I'll just look at him indifferently and roll my eyes. I think I remember. In the treaty, the silent language of celestial lords, reading their gestures, it is said, if his or her highness first turns their countenance upon you and only then toward the heavens, you have spoken well and I am blessed to proceed. Verily, it is heartening to know that you uphold our traditions and agree to participate in the 100 celestial highness. May it present the data brand. Please return when you have found all the impostors. I am afraid there was a second, less flattering interpretation in that book, which I cannot recall. May you enjoy the hunt, my lord, Maeve adds humbly. Don't, Gara. Bad beast. Very bad. I apologize, your celestial highness. How is your imposter hunt going? Gara? My darling pet, she's guarding the Shrimperiuses. Every once in a while she gets an allowance in the form of an elect on bones. What has it done wrong? She almost ripped off my finger along with a slice of elecdont. It's my fault for forgetting their predators, albeit domesticated ones. You have reduced the beast born to hunt and kill to a domesticated pet. Without purpose and discipline, both man and animal alike are destined for degradation. Solomon nods at Glato, who is completely unfazed by the multitude of delicacies. Say, this is the level of obedience and dignity we should strive for. Vegetable Solomon, I've grown tired of these savages. Deal with him. My time is to press the ways on rebel and I'll end of the hunt. Let the servitors keep playing. Orchestra, music! I'm not done yet. I understand, your celestial highness, as honorable say, measure thy torture 10 times, thou canst behead a man but once. It will be a good adage, if not for our local Moors. I bet there are at least 5 course changes between torture and execution of Thessera, and with music. So I have to find the Susus Amoguses. Syrian. So I have to find the 5 fake nobles. Magic lady in a golden mask. A few nobles have gathered around an older man in a fine jacket. His eyes dart back and forth between them. I come forth for an honored dynasty. You can't... He keeps trying to approach someone, but they all recoil from him as if he were a leper. The mob's instigator, a lady in a golden mask, exclaims furiously, "Oh, listen to the songs of this poor wretch. He thinks that the bath they gave him makes him look like a nobleman." Upon noticing her, the crowd parts. In a peevish voice, the woman draws, "Be asked that our celestial lord brand this peasant." Among the hushed crowd, you single out a young woman in a half-mask and a gorgeous dress who is watching intently from the side. What's happening here? The lady in a golden mask curtsies gracefully. "Your celestial highness, we have exposed one of the impostors. There he is, the one in a jacket, still clinging to his facade. You ought to brand him quickly."
The woman who had been keeping her distance now steps close and whispers to you, "My celestial lord, I'm begging you to listen to me. This man is a member of a noble family. He's being slandered." Look closely at the man. The old man is terrified. His hands are clutching an expensive cane bearing an intricate family coat of arms. Why are you suddenly standing up for him? She whispers quietly, "I'm just a commoner in a fancy dress, my lord. The man is my master. I know I'm supposed to be playing the part of a rich girl, but I've served many lords, you see, and Sir Timius is the only one who treats his servants with gentleness. I want to protect him from these cruel people." Address the man. "Are you aware that your servant is trying to protect you, sir? What can you say in your defense?" "My celestial lord knows how ruthless court intrigues can be. My family only recently attained this lofty status, and many here are supposed..." He stutters, his teeth chattering in fear. "Do you truly believe this man is a commoner in disguise?" The loudest among the onlookers exchange glances. The woman's golden mouth bobs as she offers a deep courtesy. "Most certainly, your celestial highness. His plebeian nature is apparent at every self-respecting aristocrat." The woman is not lying, but neither is she being completely candid. The way she looks at the accused, it speaks of an old, impassable hatred, the kind one shows to one's true enemy. The man is so noble. Why is he intent on painting him as otherwise? Lady in a clothed mask clears her throat. "There is not a word of a lie in what we have said. This travesty of a nobleman was granted his privileges less than 100 years ago. A family of upstarts have elevated themselves through peddlery. For any true-born noble, he is no different from a masquerading peasant." A tired sigh escapes Abelard's chest. "That sir has more in common with Dorgonas than I first thought. I'm ready to brand the impostor. Hand the data brand to the servant. I called this young woman to make the decision in my stead. There's data brand a noble with a gold mask, you will fine dress. You know what? Give it to the girl." The young woman freezes and squeaks out, "I obey my lord's will. Her voice suddenly calms. "I know this man well and can dispel all your doubts." You notice the old man breathe a sigh of relief when the data brand is put into her hands. "This is Baron Timius Highfoot, a noble lord. I know this because I am his servant. They just gave me this pretty dress." She gestures at her gown. "I should be the one being branded." Before you can react, she awkwardly places the mark on her wrist and returns the data brand to you. The girl sniffles and smiles at the grey-haired gentleman in her doublet. He averts his eyes. The woman in a gold mask scoffs and withdraws into the gaping crowd. "Well, that's very noble of you. Thank you. But
Follow my lead.
you didn't have to." Because I have to find 4 fake guys. Cyber latex, or Lacerax, latex, same thing, really. Everest the sculptor, Editka, Governor Ronaldo. So who are you guys rooting for tonight? España or Argentina? So where's more nobles here? Old priest, young priest. The 2 men in clergy robes are bickering loudly. The older of the pair is eating with great appetite, while the younger one watches him in disgust. "Your overindulgence is pure hypocrisy. A true servant of the faith would have abstained." The old priest shoots his companion a glance over the plate. "A true servant of the faith must keep his strength up that he may offer the God Emperor not just words but deeds as well." The young man flushes when he notices your gaze. "Celestial Lord, how fortunate is your arrival. Only you can solve this conundrum and decide which of us is the true clergyman of noble birth and which is the arrogant impostor." Susus. Look at the 2 priests. You notice a marked difference between the builds of the quarreling men. The older priest's body is gaunt, unlike that of a smooth-faced youth. Also, the younger priest has the melodious voice of a singer, while the old man's speech is clear and powerful. I need to ask a few questions first to identify the impostor. The old man gives you a reserved nod. Meanwhile, the younger one turns his entire body to face you, like a student being evaluated. "What would you say is the role of knowledge in the Imperium?" There are no barriers to learning the word of the Emperor and to conquering all that he has given unto us. Have you read the manuscripts of our scribe, gorgeous fall? Of our scribe, gorgeous fall. I fear he has left his craft behind now, but his research shines on with the light of true worship. "Knowledge depraves the soul, as those reading letters are not meant to be read." The old priest furrows his brow at the young man's passionate words. Cassio shakes her head. "Their judgments are like the 2 sides of a single coin. There is value in both, but neither one constitutes the whole." What awaits the Emperor's servant after death? Both priests pondered a question for a while. The older is the first to speak up. Should they say faithfully, the Emperor will preserve the soul in his halls. The young priest gives you a broad and sincere smile. It is customary on Tessera to believe in sacred reincarnation. Thus, the worthy may serve the Emperor for all of eternity. You have encountered many variations of the God Emperor as cult in your time, but never have you heard of reincarnation after death. A religious teaching such as this seems strange and exotic, even for a nondescript, half-forgotten planet like Tessera. By what name are the warriors born from blood of the Emperor's son known? The heralds of the Celestial Master, gods amongst men. The young the Emperor is his angel. They descend upon the land to smite down his enemies. You see the respect in the old man's eyes. And fear. The priest looks at you with reserved curiosity and apprehension. I think the younger one is the imposter. The Heralds of the Celestial Master. Knowledge depraves the soul as those reading letters that are not meant to be read. Yeah, no, I think the young one is a bit of a, is an imposter. Like, his stuff sounds very heretical. The smile vanishes from the young man's face. He gulps indignantly. Why, well, yes, I did skip the lectorum once or twice, it's true, but I'm still a proper noble, I swear it on my honor. Yeah, well, unlucky.
Victory awaits.
Unlucky. Probably why I actually was the older guy, but oh well. The young nobleman's hair is disheveled, the bodice stained with grime, and her mask pushed clumsily on top of her head. Holding her skirt high, she's trying her hardest to fight her way through the guards blocking the door. Just let me go, please, for Throne's sake, she exclaims, and the guards yet again push her aside. The woman notices you and attempts something resembling a curtsy, but stumbles and falls to her knees. I'm done! I just can't take it anymore! You're a celestial lord, aren't you? Indeed, but you do not look... yes, I am. I'm Edicta, your graciousness. I'm not a noble, not one bit. I just do the laundry and bleach the linens. I never mixed in high society in my life. Forgive a fool, your graciousness. Why are you telling me this? According to the rules, you're meant to pose as a noble, then you get a reward. But I don't want no reward, my lord. I just want to get back home. The woman hangs her head and clutches the face frills on her dress. Her breathing stutters as she is racked with silent sobs. Why are you even trying to escape? I want to get away before they start putting on those brands on us. For the tricksters. I'm no kind of trickster, can't you see? I couldn't fool a Grox. Why aren't you participating in the masquerade in the first place, then? It's not like they asked me nicely, your graciousness. They grabbed me, shoved me in this dress, and threw me in here. Nobody here was asked. But I don't want to be anybody's toy. I have 3 boys and a girl. We starch our lords and ladies' undergarments. And we work our fingers to the bone just to get enough scraps for the day. She shows you her colossus hands, mottled red from her chemical burns. So what should I do with you then? Gripping the frills of her fabulous dress in her coarse, white-knuckled hands, the woman looks up at you. Please, your gracious, by the God Emperor, just let me leave. Nobody who gets put in one of these get-ups ever comes back. If I stay, I won't see my home again. I just know it. I haven't done anything wrong. No one ever comes back? What is that supposed to mean? Just that, your graciousness. It doesn't matter if you get branded or not. Once the hunt is over, you're gone. This place is like a Grox pit. There's no way back. But I want to live. I want to be useful. Please just let me go home. You don't really look like an imposter at all. Guards, let her go. If the imposter has been found, the husband should be hiding somewhere in the vicinity. Lacking the courage to object to your demand, the guards reluctantly step aside. As the woman turns to look back at you, you see wet trails of her guileless face. Thank you, Celestial, you sweetheart. I'll never forget your kindness. She bows low and vanishes into the darkness. Okay. Yay, we're lying to people. Yay, it's all just a get-up to buy time. Yay. Okay, so who do I talk with here? The Thessarians? Oh, like here. Frightened nobleman. Oh, here. Man with scissors.
In the wavering torchlight, you see a glint of steel. One of the jacket-clad young men is pressing a blade against the other's ribs. A mask lies discarded at the attacker's feet. Noticing you, the trembling victim cries out, "Your Highness, save me!" "Do not interfere, outsider. This man deserves to be punished along with all of the Ceres' rotten elite. They see people as just things to be worn. Let him look me in the eye and find out what it feels like to be cut to pieces." You realize that the weapon pressed against the victim's body is none other than a pair of expertly sharpened tailor's scissors. Solomon casts an indifferent glance at the pair. "Local folk and the strange amusements. They're not worth our time. What's going on here?" The victim sucks in a ragged breath. "He's a tailor from the lower city. He's gone mad. He thinks I'm wearing the face of his brother, my valet." The attacker visibly loses his cool. "Admit it. You killed him and took his face so you could wear it instead of a costume. I haven't heard from my brother in a moon life." "Blackness has utterly enshrouded this man. How can one dispense righteous punishment in such blinding darkness?" Intervene and free the victim. Hey, homie. Hey. You capture the scissors and deftly plunge them into the attacker's knee. Sensing the tormentor's grip weakening, the victim slips free and hides behind you. "This madman bribed the guards so that they would ignore my cries. I'm sure they were singing a different tune when they find out the Celestial Lord had intervened personally." Same with the Ceres' rotten elite. "They're parasites. They tear whoever they want into pieces. These scum squeeze into a person's skin like it's a suit that's 2 sizes too small, splitting the seams in the process." The vigilante stares at you without blinking, his eyes glassy. "Skin suits and splitting seams? Preposterous! Your brother was rewarded for his talents with the best assignment he could hope for. Maybe he just decided he wanted nothing to do with you anymore." The nobleman's voice cracks. He's on the verge of tears. "Your Celestial Highness, if it were your will, you would send servants to the dressmaker this very moment to find his man's brothers alive and well." His words are soaked in grey, with flashes of copper desperation breaking through, but of the swampy muck of deceit, I see nothing. "Tell me about this valet." The nobleman eyes his attacker fearfully. "It's very simple, your Celestial Highness. His younger brother has a way with clothes. I noticed him when I was looking for new servants, and I sent the boy to apprentice under a renowned dressmaker in the upper quarters. I thought I would make him my valet, you see, but then this fool decided that I took his brother not because of his talent, but to use him for my rejuvenation. Why would I even need a new face? I haven't even worn out my own yet." If you're Talon, should I never set eyes on you again? Yeah, I don't think. "But, your Highness, you can wriggle, you can run, you can cower behind others' backs, but there's no hiding from justice. It will pierce you right through like a needle. Just give it time." You found all imposters. Did I?
It's about time.
It's supposedly like a rare, like a rare achieval. Yeah, this is long. How long have I been streaming? Let me check real quick. 3 hours. Okay. This is a bit longer than I thought I would be streaming, but okay. You see, people go missing after the imposter hunt. What do you make of this? Your Celestial Highness must have been listening a lot to gossip. Who cares where the rebel goes afterwards? However, I can assure you that the victors are often sent into my personal service. We call it the highest favor, and today it will be up to you to choose whom it should be bestowed upon. The governor is dragging out his words as if he is not entirely sure of them himself, or just not telling you something. Let the orchestra be silent. Of course, stop the music. His Celestial Highness wishes silence. The half-mechanized orchestra creaks to a halt, staring straight ahead with unseeing eyes. I concluded my search. Delightful. I will immediately summon a court for final separation of hypocrisy. And who knows, perhaps today one of the imposters will be lucky enough to earn your favor. I bet Pujan would listen to Dio. like Muda Mudada, like Dio? Like, oh, what Dio do you mean? I mean, with his fist? Like, what specifically do you mean? Straining to add a note of gravity to his voice, the governor proclaims, "Master Radiant ladies and noble lords, I hereby declare the imposter hunt officially over." The crowd responds with operacious cheers. "The participants of our masquerade already stand before you. Did you guess correctly? Did you expose them all? Please don our oculars and have a good look." Roldo turns to you and whispers conspirationally, "Not one noble was permitted to hunt the impostors this time, my lord. Still, knowing their penchant for such games, I do suspect they tried to make their guesses anyway, quietly, among themselves. All these impostors have been found out by none other than our celestial guest, Mayor Sputilovsky from Valencias. An unsurpassable show, your celestial highness. Bravo, bravo, may you present our gifts." You hear the fool's voice from somewhere among the crowd. "A noble torso." You branded a real noble as an impostor. A noble torso, branded at the behest of the rogue trader himself. Oh, what bitter irony. My standing ovation to you. The prayer gets +1 side rating and 15 persuasion. If prayers of the warp is triggered and a demon is summoned, that demon attacks the close. Oh, that's heresy. Your Celestial Highness, as an honored guest of the Sarah, would you like to say a few words of guidance to our beautiful world? Solomon, perhaps you have something to say? Solomon will give you a senatorial point. Look, Abelard, we send united in our faith and our common mission to bring about humanity's victorious future. May all 12 things. May you be each both in pillars of support. We shall achieve all we strive and we shall prevail, but only together we can do so, for there is no greater force exists in our unity. When my ship carries me between the stars, cutting through the endless void, I ask myself what the new day may bring, and then I find myself standing with my nose in filth among a gaggle of morons. I think the cogitator is a wind-up geegaw. You want to hear my wishes? Well, wishes ought to be as soon as possible. Abelard? Abelard adjusts his coat. "Is Lord Rogue Trader, Marius Pujowski for Valencias, will of the greatest protector in the Cornus expanse, which has rapid growth and many centuries of prosperity upon your homeland. Remember your duty, and may you labor tirelessly for the glory of the mighty Imperium." That was a grand speech, thank you. Roldo sniffles loudly, dabbing his face with a handkerchief. Handkerchief, not handkerchief? And now, good lords and ladies, the time has come to make the fateful decisions. There is not but one true reward, his highest favor, that any branded impostor desires. Please, your celestial highness, tell us, is there among these people one worthy of the rock trader's favor? What is the highest favor rule, though? Is it part of the rules of the game? That is correct, your celestial highness. Whoever you grant your favor will shout with all manner of honors and go to serve the governor's palace. They don't seem to me as a No. The hunters have been lowered their heads, their eyes dimming. You hear venomous laughter from among the crowd and recognize Bluffs' voice. As the square drowns in the clamor and applause of Gorkas who are spectating the game, you look around for the courtful but cannot spot him anywhere. Such is a Celestial's Highness' brilliant decision, which some may have been fateful indeed. And finally, the hour you have been waiting for, the concluding part of our conclusion, the great feast. The crowd's patience has worn thin. Filling his lungs, the governor shouts, "Lacerax's dinner is served!" The cyber Lexum is illuminated blood. Hello, nobody. The cyber Lacerax is glow blood red. Before the condemned can even scream, the beasts pounce on their prey with hungry snarls. Oh.
He tricks me. Gotta stop on the master. Maeve, help! Maeve, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, is that the one I saved? No! Not the one I saved! Not the one I saved! Oh, you deserve nothing but like holy fire. Oh, may fire fucking kill you until you may you just, I don't know, I'm very good when it comes to this, but may they burn. Like, may they just fucking burn. They deserve nothing but death. Nothing but the worst of, like fires upon them. Okay, and then I do a singular attack upon that guy. Boom. And, yeah, run back. Maybe I should have done this first. At least Cassia is behind cover. Sandra dealing 1 damage.
Another scar for my collection.
I don't know, Solomon, you're kind of doing nothing. Oh, Lysandra hitting again with her stuff, 1 damage.
Arbitrators are made of plasteel.
Well, for an arbitrator, you're kind of just not doing your job well.
Nothing I can't do.
How are you doing, nobody? How's it going, man? Okay, and then have this. Have them deal damage, so Pujan gets a bit of it. And then... Ooh, Gara has 550 HP. Jesus Christ. Well, Pujan, you're just going to... Aw.
I shall not
I
fear.
was kind of hoping it would make them drop. Not bad. Always very good to hear. I'm very glad to hear that. Can I even move here? No, he's gonna probably get like a provocation. Glato, Growl have their attack go down. There's an enemy in line of sight. Yeah, apprehend Gara.
Would be enough.
Powerful bite. Yeah. And then protect Pujan. Parried. It's not very good, but okay. And then this debuff thing. Oh, I can't hit both. Well, then just debuff this guy. I've gave me a black eye back, so I got a volleyball spike to my fin every time we go shoot. Random people. Oh, oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, yeah. Nah, just say you had a wild night, man. People understand that, maybe. Probably not, but you know. Listen, man, you just had some fun, you know? Life is funny? Yeah, life can be quite funny, yeah. But, I mean, as long as it's just by accident and you're doing okay, then I'm glad.
It will be done.
I'm not in the audience. Blink twice. Yeah, blink twice, nobody. Blink twice. Come on, use those eyes of yours. Blink twice. And you say you're not in the audience for that, but yet you're here, curious.
I will do my duty.
Nah, I hope you're doing okay. I genuinely hope everything is okay. I mean, you yourself are saying everything is okay, so I'll believe you.
At your beck and call.
But how does how specifically did it happen, if I may ask?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Like he actually has an evil.
Shit, he's a danger.
How do we help you? How do we help you? How do we help you, nobody? Quickly tell us. We're here to help you.
I am a navigator, not a servant.
I don't think that immobilized.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Oh, John.
Already done.
Bartender. Give me a drink, bartender.
What's your biggest?
Oh wow, we actually just killed Gora straight up. Damn. Listen, it just happened. No. Okay, yeah, okay. Actually, I just realized you already told me what happened. I have the brain, like I have the brain capacity of a cockroach. I legitimately already forgot that you already told me what happened. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
It's as good as done.
I don't think I want to dominate here. If anything, I'd rather want Lysandra just book it. Reminds me of the time in school where, like, it was the one time I decided to play football with, like football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, with the other people. Just to get, like, the ball onto my balls, like, it was flying towards me. And it did the most, like, what's it called? The most, like, stereotypical, like, as strong as possible against my balls, like, against my dick. And just, like, ow. Ow, it hurt a tiny bit. It hurt us a tiny bit. Which, well, that does tend to happen when, you know, you are kind of... It was a very hurty. It did the hurty a bit. How do I best shoot these two so that I don't hit anything else? I don't think I really can. Can I, like, move her over here? I mean, Ivan is gonna burn, but, well... Oh, and Abelard is also gonna burn. No, I have to do singular attack. Imagine removing your balls before doing activity.
I'll do it.
Yeah, true. How dare I just not, like, you know, like, get, like, just, like, take off my bolas. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that. Like, I always forget to do that. I can't really do much more than this.
Need cover. Now!
Don't leave us. That's an order.
Lesson learned.
High momentum. I can hit both of these with this one attack. Why do you want to laugh at my demise? Hmm? What did I do? What did I do to you? What did I do to you, nobody? Why do you hate me?
Nothing I can't do.
Why do you hate me? I have been nothing but nice to you.
Not a problem. Another clean strike.
That was
Suits my
kind of weak.
purposes.
It's like laughing at you. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Can't blame you for that. You stabbed me during raft. You were eating our boat. You were eating our boat, man. Like you can't tell me it's not justified.
Indeed.
Why did I say it like a... You're supposed to let that happen. Ah, okay, I'm gonna tell that to Vega next time, that we just let you eat our boat. Like, I'll just tell Vega that you demand to eat our boat. But I will then also have to tell Vega that we cannot progress the game because you demand to eat the boat. You want to eat the boat. And because of that, we cannot continue playing game properly. She'll understand. I mean, does she have a choice?
If only that were possible.
The binary. Yep, that's all the cyber mastiffs. What happened was no accident, and if my suspicions are correct... The arbitrator looks at his palm thoughtfully, then holds it out to his cyber mastiff. Glato, analyze. Multiple sharks. Why do my fingy hurts? Why do your fingy hurt? Why do your fingy hurt? Did you not remove your fingy when someone shot a ball at your bolas? The dog's visor shimmers as it scans his skin with a mesh of rays. Finally, there is a metallic click and a descending hum of cooling servo motors. The Proctus' augmentics respond with a soft buzz. A data brand. The court fool put it on me when he shook my hand. Then the Lacerexes attacked everyone who had been marked. However, the beasts were not at all eager to tear you apart, Rogue Trader. It appears you are wanted alive, but without my protection. Slice to doing dishes, which just removed the whole damn thing. Ooh. Have you disinfected it, like, already? You just have to grow it now. Oh God, Emperor! Maeve presses her hands to her chest in the sign of the Aquila. Her lips whisper a prayer. Forgive and protect his soul. Forgive and protect. Lying nearby is a lifeless body of Lacerex, number 4, which you released from its cage. Its fur is clumped and sticky with blood, its vicious eyes glazed over. Giving its own life to protect another was a stunningly human act for a beast. Aww. Aww. Rest in peace. One of the damaged implants. Perhaps they were the reason that the beast defied the order that the rest of its pack followed, to destroy all bearers of data brands. Or maybe... Solomorn looks pensive as he straightens Glatos' collar. Maybe it was a fine animal that was unlucky enough to have bad masters. This is the first creature of Metothesra that has been worthy of respect. I spat and shit and cum on the wound, felt right.
Reminds me of this myth where supposedly if you piss on your wound, it kind of disinfects it. I read up on it, and no, don't piss on your wounds. Don't piss on your wounds. Absolutely do not piss on your wounds. It's only gonna make it worse. It's only gonna make it worse. Like, don't listen to Papa Nurgle. Papa Nurgle wants you to piss on your wounds, but don't. Mellow Judicator is fond of animals, is he not? I would have never thought you had a kind side like that. Maeve's smile is gentle and sad. For the first time ever, she looks at Solomon without fear. Solomon casts a heavy glance at the young woman. Or maybe I just cannot stand people. Rollo mentioned being branded before he died. Can you stick at him too, Solomon? At his master's command, Glato directs his scan rays at the dead man's severed hand, which has somehow avoided being reduced to shreds among the rest of the body. The cybermastiff's augments emit a warning signal. Roldo was branded too. He couldn't have known, or else he would not have doomed himself like that. I assume this is likewise the word of that buffoon. The only question is whether he was acting on his own accord, or at the behest of someone more important. This big medicine wants you to drink piss. Wants you to drink piss on your wounds. Don't piss on your PSA, or TSA, PSA, whatever the fuck. Don't piss on your wounds. Whose soul are you praying for, poor Maeve? My brother's, my lord. I had a feeling he wasn't acting himself lately. If I'd known he had fallen in with scoundrels, I would have found them and strangled them with my own hands. What reason could your brother have to want to get an arbitrator's blood on his hands? It's a mystery to me too, my celestial lord. I think about it and can't even imagine why. But lately it's like he's not himself. He keeps muttering these awful rhymes about blood and fate. And it's like he's waiting for something, but I just can't understand what. Roldo called your name before he died. I have no idea what's going on. I'm so confused. Maeve stares at Roldo's mold corpse with unblinking eyes. Is this just a horrible nightmare? Could it be I'm just dreaming? For a second there I thought... No, I'm sorry, it's impossible. You thought what? I thought it was my brother calling my name, not Lord Roldo. But Dean was there, meaning I just imagined it in my fright. You think back to Roldo's last moments. It's hard to think to tell for certain, but it really did seem as though his voice had changed, that it sounded younger and less strained, as if he had cast off a mask. So who is to be considered the governor now? If only I knew, my celestial lord. If only I knew. How do I know I can trust you, Maeve? I serve by the Emperor himself. I'm unblemished before you in spirit or thought. That is what any concerned heretic would say to try to save her life. But I really had nothing to do with any of it, my lord. All I was told to do was to entertain our celestial guests and chaperone them to the castle for talks. And instead there's just gore and death everywhere. I need to take a look around. As you wish, my celestial lord. What does Roldo have on him? Sympathy. If the wearer ends their turn with any adjacent familiar, that familiar gains double the toughness. But yeah, suppose that's good on, like, him. Where is there else immune to damage from the wearers as grenades? Yeah, this I suppose. Okay, there's like there's Gara to be looted. What does Gara have on her? Ah, okay. So, before we continue, I think we're going to call the stream for today. I think I've streamed like 3.5 cool hours or so, and I mean this was long. This was a long stream. But as per usual, I always enjoy these streams, and well, I mean, Pujan action is always fun, and this, while there was a bit less combat, I mean, there's always, like, I think this much combat, or less, or whatever, I think this was good. I like this DLC thing so far, like, because this is, I think, part of the DLC, so I like this so far a lot. Like, I knew something was up the entire time, but I do kind of, like, the jester being, you know, the one plotting all of this. A bit too obvious, but oh well. Anyways, let's see who we are going to be raiding. Also, complete all the redeems here real quick.
Jarvis? Oh, Murno is still streaming. Well, in that case, then we know exactly who we're going to be raiding. But first, to the YouTube folks, thank you all very much for watching. If you want to be part of the Twitch raid, I welcome you all to the Twitch raid. So come on over to Twitch or join the Discord server, Discord and Discord. But yeah, to the YouTube folks, thank you all very, very, very much for watching.